With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes are filled to fill, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. One ticked off across the board with charge to ward because the squad can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's not in burping, leaning ban. It matters not if factory fun is child can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact and how he felt he was attacked. He seems nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jet here. Welcome to DSP Bingo for us today, Thursday, the 18th of May 2023. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed. I am not on DSP's gaming channel right now. I am on Dark Days Mirror. Welcome back, Dark Days Mirror. Successfully challenged our copyright strikes, the false copyright strikes against them. Their channel is back and they are live for the first time in a couple of months. I'm going to link you to their stream in case you want to fucking pop in and say hello to them and wish Dark Dave all the best as well. He has had an absolute ordeal trying to get this channel back. And he'd almost gave up. But he kept going, kept trying, he kept fighting, and you know, he got there in the end. He got the channel back, and I'll tell you right now, he's hoping to get Raw DSP Archive back as well, but that might not be possible. He's still going to try and keep fighting, but you know, right now though, Dark Days Mirror is back, which is a fantastic resource from any detractor. It is very helpful to have, obviously, the Phil's chat on the side during the stream as well, you know what I mean? So welcome back, Dark Days Mirror. Of course, I am here to keep an eye on Phil's streaming, Phil's antics and all that jazz. Phil has a very busy fucking podcast up ahead. He has 12 news stories. 12 whole fucking news stories to go through. So, basically, it's going to be a very long, boring podcast because Phil's going to spam as much news stories down our fucking throats as humanly fucking possible. But, yeah, let's just get straight into it. Let's just spin the wheel and determine today's card criteria. You know what I mean? You know what I mean has won the big spin. Fantastic stuff indeed. So, you know what I mean? Cool. We need a number, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a number between 1 and 200. So the first number in chat I see which contains a number 2 will be the one I use for today's bingo. Needs to contain number 2. 27 was the first one I saw from Mike Bernstein. We're going to the 27th bingo card. So, okay. So the card on the right hand side is a card we're going to use for today's bingo fun and or game. So Phil to say reality, it is what it is. Fun, shocked, and oh. Then Phil saying business, him being toxic, him saying voted tips, and what I mean by that is. The third Joe is Phil making a weird noise, him saying likes, him saying Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat released its fucking new trailer for a game. So yeah, I'm pretty convinced Phil's going to talk about Mortal Kombat. Then Phil to say, you know what I mean, and him mocking his own chat. The fourth row is Phil pointing at the camera, him making that annoying T sound, him saying fuck now, and him having dead air. The final row is Phil saying that being said, shout out to that being said, him flailing his arms, him saying engagement, him showing YouTube jealousy, and finally him saying absolutely. So there we go, that's today's bingo card for us to hopefully get a full house on. Let's save that very quickly before I forget to save it. Okay, should be good there. Give me a second. So here we go. So that's a card. Save it as that. There we go. And we are all good and hunky dory. The card has been saved. Fan, dabby, dozy, and all that jazz. Even before we begin, I found a random old clip from, you know, when was this? The 27th of December 2021. And I searched on Go for Phil saying people demanding. There was only 6 results, but I wanted to see what kind of results there were, and I thought this one was pretty good.
It's probably because I played New Vegas 3 to 4 times, if you remember correctly. Well, I've only played this the one original time when I played it 10 years ago, and that's it. You know? This is going to be fun because not only is it replaying the game for the first time in 10 years, but I'm going to be experiencing all new content. There's all new missions and things that have been added.
So I wanted to point out there, he emphasised this is going to be fun, and he's telling you exactly why it is going to be fun. Keep listening though.
That'll make it fresh and new. The graphics look completely different from when I originally played it. That's enough. We don't need insane difficulty challenge as well, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I gotta fucking die 7 million times to make it unfun. So, no, stop asking. And I'm going to start making this a rule now. If you continuously ask for a difficulty increase, I'm just going to ban you. Because I'm not going to put up with the bullshit. I'm not going to put up with the whiners who come here to ruin the playthrough for everyone.
So we went from, here's how it's going to be fun, to, you're going to get fucking banned if you ask for a fucking skill increase.
You're in the wrong fucking place. And you're going to be not in this place for much longer. Let's just put it that way. We're here to have a good time together. Not to hear little bitching, whining people demanding things that no one cares about.
And of course it ends with the most robust of snorts. So yeah, I thought it was a great fucking clip. You know, that's a good example of Phil trying to fucking lay down the law on what fun is supposed to fucking be. Now, in case you weren't aware, Phil made $2,285 in tips for all of last week. $2,285 at a minimum in tips made. That is almost 3 times as much as the previous week. Almost 3 times as much. So, with that being said, with that all in mind, with Phil making almost 3 times more money than usual in tips alone, that should mean he's doing pretty well right now financially and he shouldn't be begging as much, correct? Well, I don't think so. Keep in mind as well, Hypnotic Jinx is in Phil's chat. He is in Phil's chat, ready to fucking wail out again, it seems. Some people thought he was going to fucking vanish into the ether, but he has been here bright and early, fucking talking to me in chat, and yeah, I guess we're going to find out if the streak will continue or not. My guess is it will. Anyway, let's get the game all set up, and I'll go through the week general rules and all that jazz. So first of all, if Phil snorts 25 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that'll be a free space. If Phil burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that too will be a free space. If Phil gets 100 likes from his dumbass audience and he blows bubbles for him before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that'll be a free space. Thank you very much, Joseph, for the super chat. It says, put subtitles on ya. We can't understand. Ewa, mate. To be honest, man, I'm still struggling. Apparently I sound normal again, which I'm amazed at because I'm struggling to fucking talk today. I don't know what the fuck's up with me still. I'm still recovering. But I do hope I sound better anyway than before. But yeah, thank you also for the super chat. Can I turn on subtitles? I think I'm pretty certain that my voice breaks YouTube annotations. If you go into any of my videos that I've made, you turn on YouTube annotations, it doesn't seem to do too fucking well. I've tried to do it with some of my songs, but some of these dumbass diss tracks I've made before in the past, I've tried to turn on annotations, and it's like, it gets 20% right. It cannot pick up my Scottish dialect that fucking well. It's like trying to get to floor 11 in a fucking lift, it just doesn't work. But yeah, I'll try to say purple burglar alarm. But of course, free spaces. I'll talk about free spaces. If we get 100 likes on this stream as well, 100 likes on this very bingo stream will also give us a free space. And not only that, I will play for you a very specially made Bubbles animation that Pixar Animations so very kindly made for us all. So there you go. Right, I am going to turn the music on a bit louder. You guys can enjoy some quality tunes made by Darkside the Flow and Meerkat. We'll wait for Phil to properly begin the show. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me pick the card. Okay, one last thing, of course, one last thing. If we get a full 25 out of 25 on the card, one of you guys could be eligible to win a bingo prize of $25. But to be eligible, you have to make sure your name is on the fucking community post that I have made, which I link to is in the description of the stream. So remember, if we get full 25 out of 25 on this card, one of you guys can win a prize, but only if you have made sure your name is down in that community post. So it's in a link to the stream, to that community post. Make sure your name's in there. That way, if you get a full house today, you'll be eligible to potentially win $25. So there you go. Anyway, you guys can enjoy the music. Well, I try and fucking, I don't know. I still try and fix my fucking throat. So you guys can enjoy the music, and I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Italian wife, Italian chill, Italian can't give her a pill. Why do you pretend to be Italian? I don't. I'm not full-blooded Italian. That'd be ridiculous for me to claim. I am a quarter Italian. I am 1/4 Polish, and then I'm half kind of European mix. My life today is the best I've ever had, and I mean that. Like every day, I feel like it's the best day of my life. Yeah, yeah. Money.
Your life is nothing.
Money. Yeah, yeah. I love my life. Money. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. I have an emptiness in my life. Oh man, there's something huge missing from my life. I need a large group of friends. All I do is sit around drinking gin all day. Ladies and gentlemen, I play mobile games. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me.
You're still bagging for $10 donations and $20 donations to pay your electric bill, to pay your fucking rent, alright? I get it. I'd hate me too. See you, Phil. Have a good one.
It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tips goal on the stream? And why does he have to mention if it's a slow day for contributions? And why does he have to bring that up? Big ups to your dad. And a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes. And only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. I'm a positive guy. I focus on positivity. I tell you guys every day on my streams, I'm not a person who revels in hurting others to get over. I will put out positive, fun gameplay content for you guys, and I will continue to be successful that way. And if I fail, I fail, but at least at the end of the day, I can say, hey, it was a slow day. It's been a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes. And only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I need to pay bills over the weekend. I appreciate those who contribute in any way, but please, if you can tip me, do that rather than these super chats and membership. I need that way more, okay? Now it is time. It's a segment that everyone looks forward to, one of the highest rated segments of all time that I've ever done. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, It is time. Phil's day off.
What's up, Piggy? Let's get it started.
Big up Skier Cat.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on pulls and dumb shit. It's my day off.
As you can see, Phil's at the beginning of the show now. He's probably going to have a little pre-stream kind of intro because he's got a lot to talk about today, which means he's going to be blathering essentially. So, yep, let's see what Phil's got to fucking say for himself, I guess.
What is going on, everyone? We are starting up a brand new week, and let me tell you, we have a lot to discuss with a ridiculous amount of gaming news that happened during my day off, getting caught up with my Phil's Day Off segment, talking about all kinds of fun new stuff, new additions to the stream. It's an absolutely great day on the Level 1 podcast in just a sec.
Well, we already have things to tick off. He said fun. So there we fucking go. Fantastic stuff. Also, I missed a super chat today. I'm sorry, I did miss a super chat. So, thank you very much to Joseph for the super chat who says, "Take me off them ridiculous posts, yeah. Drink the coin." I have no fucking clue what you're fucking talking about with your fucking bizarre attempt at talking Scottish. Joseph's trying his best to try and sound Scottish, but he just fucking sounds like a very confused Irishman. That's my interpretation anyway. Oh yeah, we can skip this. We'll just skip this fucking short ass podcast.
Give me money today.
Act like that, those toxic assholes don't give a shit about anyone else but themselves. They're selfish idiots who just want to get a laugh on someone else's behalf. All right, welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday, the 18th of May, 2023. We are starting up a fresh, brand new streaming week here on DSP Gaming. What a crazy amount of fun stuff we got in store this week, including a crazy fun Street Fighter Marathon this coming Sunday. Tons of coverage of all the new releases that I've been playing, now being able to kind of focus and dedicate myself to them, and putting aside Elden Ring for a bit so that we can actually make good progress. Possibility of maybe even wrapping up a playthrough and having more time to play stuff at night. Crazy good, man. Good stuff. I'm so excited for this week. I hope that you guys and gals are too. And in traditional form, there is so much to talk about this morning in regards to news. This always happens every single week. I have a day off. And it doesn't matter when my day off is, because my days off during the week have changed over the years. Sometimes it's a Tuesday, sometimes a Wednesday, sometimes a Thursday. And it seems like no matter what day of the week it is, boom, news, news, and more news. We have huge game announcements and updates. We've got updates to follow-up stories like laws and things that were at the Supreme Court. Crazy stuff, man. Google going nuts and freaking out the internet. So we will discuss all this in detail. But of course, today's my day back. And coming back from break, that means that I did some stuff yesterday on my day off. And so we will talk about that. And you'll get caught up on everything going on in me. And then we're going to jump back into Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which has now picked up. We're no longer on that first planet. We're exploring. Last stream, we explored 2 different planets. We're still on one of the bases, the Shattered Moon, and just got a brand new lightsaber style. We'll be continuing on with that. All in glorious 15 frames per second because the game still runs like crap on the Xbox. But, I guess we're just going to tough through it. Man, like, seriously, I got so much positive stuff to talk about. I do. And you know what? The cool thing all about that is that I had a nice day off yesterday. I isolated myself from the internet. I paid attention to absolutely nothing.
Nah. I'm not buying it for a fucking second. Let's just have Adam down there. There's no way he fucking ignored everything.
Pretty much. I just spent a day with my wife, and we had a lot to do yesterday. And I had a nice, relaxing day. And I got all these news stories together, and I come on the stream, and of course, people immediately start referencing, oh, drama this, drama that, and I'm like, I know nothing about this drama, which is great. I unplugged myself from bullshit for several days, and I was not aware of any of this stuff. And I come back, and I see people talking about drama in the chat. I'm like, I'm so glad that I'm not involved in this crap, you know? I really am happy that now we're going to have a nice week. I have tons of stuff to do. I'm going to be super busy here on the streams with all of you. Don't have to worry about any of that outside nonsense. Okay, this is excellent. And so, I hope that you guys are ready for some fun. I mean, where do you even begin, right? Where do you begin? Well, just to give you a little teaser, on this very podcast, I will reveal something new. All right, something new for the streams that we will have. but I'm going to save that until after we get through the serious business, all right?
I'm going to guess, I said it in chat earlier on, I think it's a bubble gun. I think a fan has gifted him but I guess if it is a bubble gun, then I wouldn't be too shocked. But I think a fan gifted him a bubble gun.
All right, so I believe what we should do is we should sit down and talk about my day off first, a little bit about the updates of that, so that you guys know exactly what's going on in regards to moving forward this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to partake in a little segment that I like to call, you like to call, and we all like to call Phil's Day Off.
Shut the fuck
And it doesn't even work fully anymore.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, but it plays that. Anyway, so, yesterday was my day off, and we have been in the midst of a big heat wave this week here in Washington State. My air conditioner has had to be pumping all week long because we've had essentially 80 to almost 90 degree weather, Fahrenheit that is, which is incredibly unseasonably warm. We've actually hit multiple heat records here in the state. And the good news is it is finally tapering off, like starting... Money, yeah, yeah, money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much, Be Awesome One, for the super chat. It says he claims he has fun. Yeah, he always has that depressed look on his face. He looks like Droopy the dog from Tex Avery cartoons. I think that's an insult to Droopy. Droopy's a fucking national icon. But I get what you're fucking saying though. He has got a fucking depressed look upon his face at all times. Nothing about this individual fucking speaks to you about being positive or anything. You look at him, you just think this person's fucking miserable. This person is fucking negative. This person's fucking toxic. You know? There's nothing positive to be fucking gained from looking at Phil's features whatsoever.
Records here in the state. And the good news is it is finally tapering off. Like starting today, it's going to start to dip a little bit, and then over the weekend it's going to cool back down to what would be regarded more normal temperatures for this time of year. But seriously, absolutely ridiculous stuff with heat. And having our day off yesterday together, where we had to run around and do a million things. We had a ton of shopping to do. We had appointments. We had a million things we had to do together. And I say we, it's me and my wife, Kat. It was just crazy. And it was hot as shit. So we're out there sweating it up all day, running around doing all these things. Yeah, it certainly would have been better if it was a little cooler and actually like spring weather, but it wasn't. What are you going to do? Among the things that we had to do, one of the things that we had to do was get ingredients. Because this coming Sunday is the DSP Fight and Feast event, which I don't know if you guys are aware. I mean, if you're not aware, I don't know what on earth you've been doing, because I've been talking about this for a while now. But DSP's Fight and Feast is a Street Fighter related marathon I'm doing this Sunday, May 21st. It is going to have gameplay. It is going to have tier maker rankings. It is going to have a fantasy battle royale, and it's going to have food. And the food component is kind of interesting, because my wife is going to be making several recipes out of the Street Fighter cookbook, which I received as a gift from the Dutch brothers several months ago. And so my wife picked 3 recipes, and we sat down on Tuesday night, and we looked at them together. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. I actually didn't think she would have picked those things. I'm being honest, like, I thought maybe she would have picked some different stuff, but she ended up picking stuff that's like not in the comfort zone. Let's put it that way. All right. So we're like, all right, 3 recipes out of the cookbook that I'll be trying during the course of the day, but we need to get some of these ingredients, and we're looking at it, and without spoiling, because obviously if I tell you what the stuff is, it's going to spoil it, which I don't want to do. But some of these ingredients are not common. These are not things that you could just go to like the local supermarket in the United States and grab. These are things that we're going to have to go to specialty stores and other places. So we planned out our day, all right, so that we were going to hit up special places to get ingredients for the Street Fighter related recipes for Sunday. And so we also had things to do like pet store and stuff like that. And my wife was looking for something in particular. We had to go to a couple stores to find. So we had a lot of stuff we were doing. Basically it was about, I'd say about halfway through the day, but we were really hungry. We were very, very hungry because we had eaten breakfast super early, knowing that we had a very busy day. So we ended up eating dinner like really early. I think we ate dinner at like 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, which I know is early for most people. For us, our normal dinner time is around 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's when we usually eat dinner. So we were hungry. We went and we got some food. It was some tropical food. There's, you know, since it was so hot, we're in the mood for like a place where you can get like tropical style food. So my wife had this plantains. You ever had plantains? Plantains are really good if you get them at a restaurant. I've had plantains that are like really bland, but if you get them at a restaurant and they end up being like caramelized, dude, plantains are amazing. And I ended up getting a jerk chicken dish. I love jerk chicken. The flavoring is really, really good. I just hate that the chicken keeps acting so rude to me. All right, that was really bad. Anyway, so we had dinner early, okay? So now we're like stuffed from dinner, but we're like, shoot, we still got to go get all these ingredients for the dishes on Sunday. So we got to start looking around. And we go to this first place, this first market, and we go in, and now here's the deal. When you go into a market, that's not a usual kind of place you would shop. Number one, you don't even know where anything is, and number two, they do things a lot differently. They sort things, and you know, you're going through the aisles, like we would think this would be in this aisle, but it's not here. Where could it be? Oh, by their logic, they put things in completely different order or whatever. So we're going through all this market trying to find all these ingredients. I swear to God, we were in here for like half an hour, and we had a list of maybe like 13 ingredients. We had like 4. That's all we could find. I'm like, but this should have definitely been a place we could get this. Where is all this shit? So we're kind of feeling defeated at this point, kind of deflated. We found some stuff, but definitely not even close to all of it. And we're like, all right, well, what are we going to do? All right, well, there's another market we can go to across town. Okay. We drive all the way across town, go to a different market. All right. This market has more, and we end up getting, I'd say at this point, probably like 8 of the ingredients. Okay? But we still don't have like 4. They just don't have like 4 of them. And one of them is like, again, I wish I could tell you specifics. If I do, it's going to ruin the recipe surprise for Sunday, so I don't want to tell you yet. I'll tell you more when I try these recipes on Sunday. But basically, we're like, this one ingredient, they absolutely positively should have. And none of these stores have it. None. Okay? So finally, we kind of gave up. We're like, this sucks because the whole point was to go out and get the ingredients. And now we didn't get like a third of them. So we decided what we're going to have to do is... Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Otto Insane for the super chat. It says, Ulrika just asked the staff. Yeah, Phil doesn't really like to ask the staff things. He's made that clear before. Remember, he went to his usual supermarket chain, but there's a different store. So because it wasn't his actual usual store, he didn't know where things were, and he got lost in that market because he just didn't ask anyone. For whatever reason, he does not like asking people where things are. It's strange, I don't know why. But yeah, Phil has legit got lost, like trying to look for like butter before, in a different version of his usual fucking supermarket, because like he doesn't want to ask. He's a weird fucking person that way.
And get the ingredients, and now we didn't get like a third of them. So we decided what we're gonna have to do is come home, and this is what we did. We came home, we go online, and now we're basically looking for yeah, yeah, money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much for your super chat. It says, I egged him some more. He's getting frustrated. What do you mean you egged him some more? Are you baiting Phil? Are you poking fun at the bear in his chat? What do you mean you've egged him some more?
This is what we did. We came home, we go online, and now we're basically looking for any place online that would sell these remaining ingredients that we couldn't get in stores, but that will ship them fast. So now you're making concessions. Well, it's not really that, but it's kind of like that. Can we get that instead? What about this? Well, this one will come right away. And it was actually funny because, all right, I'm just going to tell you this. One thing, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really, okay? One of the things we're going to do is a drink. Out of the 3. Okay? No, it's not 3 drinks we're doing. One of the items we're going to do is a drink. So, we actually wanted to do something special and get like a glass or a cup for it to put it in, because I don't really have anything good in the house that would be like visually good for it, right? So, my wife goes online to find something, and she keeps finding things perfect, but they only come in like packs of 24 or packs of 12. She's like, we don't need 12 or 24 cups. Where would we even put these? And I was like, yeah, and the thing is, they're cheap. It's like, oh, a pack of 24 cups, like $10, $15. It's like, we don't need 24 cups. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with all of that? So, we had a time yesterday trying to get all the ingredients together for the Fightin' Feast. The good news is, as of the end of yesterday, we either have everything or everything's on order, alright? And it should be all coming in time for Sunday. So that's good. However, I'm going to just be honest here. I got a big question mark in my head about these recipes because these are things that my wife has never made before. They are absolutely outside of the realm of a comfort zone of stuff that she's done. And I'm curious how they're going to come out. I mean, at least we're doing 3. So you figure if at least one of them comes out good, it's kind of a success. And let's be honest, if 1 or 2 of the recipes ends up not being so good, it might be funny for the show. But I'm a little nervous. It's like, you know, we spent all that time. We even had to order shit online. And I hope that they end up being good for everybody, right? So it was interesting, all right? But I also question, you know, again, you have to understand something. This is a Street Fighter cookbook. This is not, oh, a professional chef that's world-renowned that knows what they're doing. This is some freaking, you know...
Brian A seems to be confused here because he's saying I bet he's going to come up with a lame bullshit excuse which forces him to order DoorDash. DoorDash was always on the agenda. Phil has repeatedly fucking made the fucking point that as well as fucking his wife cooking these Street Fighter recipes, they're also going to order a DoorDash meal. So as well as stuffing his face full of these little fucking wee Street Fighter fucking snacks or whatever, that he's also going to have a substantial meal DoorDash to his home. So it's bizarre. Yeah, Phil's going to be a fat fuck that day, or fatter than usual anyway.
Cookbook author just made a bunch of recipes and slapped Street Fighter names on them. As you're gonna see, it's hilarious. Some of these recipes are like, oh, here it is, and here's who it relates to, and you're looking at like, what? Why? There's one, I'm not kidding you, one of the recipes, you ready for this? Bacon sandwich. A bacon sandwich is one of the recipes. You know, like make bacon, toast bread, put lettuce and tomato on it. That's a recipe, according to this cookbook. So, you look at shit like that and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, what's wrong with a fucking bacon butty, you know? You get a couple of layers of fucking, you know, bacon, you fucking fry that bad boy up, you put it on a fucking nice roll, and you have some fucking brown sauce in it. That shit's tasty as all hell. That is a proper fucking breakfast right there. Nothing wrong with a bacon butty to fucking start off your fucking day.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this cookbook. I don't know if this is going to be something that people are going to be interested in or not. But we're trying, you know, some of the things we've done is very different than stuff that stuff I've never eaten before. All right, so we'll find out. We'll see this coming Sunday. So it was a very busy day yesterday. We spent most of the day out and about. Oh, by the way, some of the other things we did, like Costco. We had to go to Costco for like our bi-monthly run. We do it every other month, and we had to stock up on everything in the house. So we're going, you know, we had tons of paper products and shit that we were stocking up on. So one thing we did get, a little different. Usually when we go to Costco, we get some kind of baked good that we have for breakfasts. Sometimes we get muffins, sometimes we get their pastries. Usually it's, you know, we try to get something interesting. And they had something new this time. They had a big loaf. And the loaf is blueberry lemon loaf. Alright? So Kat looks at it, she's like, it's something we've never done before. That looks good. You just cut into slices. We'll have a slice each morning for breakfast. Why not do that? Okay, let's try it. So we bought the loaf, we brought it home. This morning we went to eat it. I cut it up into slices. Alright? I'm going to eat it. And we start eating it and we're like, there's something interesting about this loaf. And my wife's like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. She goes, it's exactly the same as their muffins. Yeah. It's completely 100% it's the same batter as their muffins. It's no different. It's exactly the same. And we're like, so basically the muffins or the loaf, it's the same product. The difference is this has a topping of like lemon and some glaze on it. And it has some blueberries in it, but it's kind of the same as eating a blueberry muffin with some glaze on top. And we're like, oh man, we're kind of disappointed. We were hoping it was going to be something different or special. And we're sitting there and eating it, and we're like, wow, it's just not that good. You know, we were expecting something different or interesting, and this is just more of the same, essentially. So, it was all right. Let's put it that way. But my wife's like, nah, We also bought some bagels at the grocery store, so she's probably gonna have some bagels for the rest of the week. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll have some of this. I guess I'll be eating some of this loaf for the week. Kind of disappointing. See, if you buy
But hold the fuck on. The loaf was her idea. The loaf was her suggestion. So why the fuck is she no fucking forced to fucking eat the goddamn fucking loaf and you can fucking enjoy the bagels? Something's no adding up here. It was that fat bitch's fault for you to fucking be forced that goddamn shitey bread in the fucking first place. So it seems kind of fucking strange to me anyway that Phil's gonna have to fucking roll over and accept defeat that she gets to fucking enjoy the bagels. Of course, the other possibility is that it was actually Phil's idea all along. Yeah, all 2010 says they thought it was bread, it was cake. They basically, they brought fucking cake. Dumb bastards.
Muffins. You could get 2 6-packs of muffins at Costco for like $10. This loaf itself was like $10, but it's definitely not the equivalent of 12 muffins. And if you get 12 muffins, you get 2 flavors. So now you got variety, while now it's just the one loaf. So it's like, it's disappointing. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you take a chance on something, right? And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. The loaf did not work out. It is not. Do not risk it all on a loaf. Let's just put it that way. Never risk it all on a loaf, because then you might be disappointed. That's my advice for you for today. Stop saying loaf. People are advising me to stop saying the word loaf. They're apparently finding it incredibly disturbing when I say loaf for some reason. I don't know why. You would think that loaf is a disturbing word. What's wrong with loaf? Loaves are good. You have a loaf of bread. You can have a cat that's shaped like a loaf, right? You could loaf around and be lazy. There's a lot of things you can do with the word loaf. I don't know what the problem is. People are very upset with me. My pronunciation is wrong. Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Francisco Ramos Mejia for the super chat. It says, do not risk it all on the Side Scrollers podcast. Yeah, Phil went all in on that Side Scrollers podcast, and yeah, it still amuses me to this day. To this day, it amuses the crap at me how Phil went from being happy how it went, being satisfied with the questions that was asked, he was pleased with everything, and then one day later, he loses his goddamn mind about how evil and mean they all are. And it just, all these fucking weird fucking things, it's just, it's amazing how fucking, the fucking 180 that went on in Phil's fucking head when he realised it actually did not go as well as he fucking thought it did in his own head. It defies all belief, it really does.
The word loaf, I don't know what the problem is. People are very upset with me. My pronunciation is wrong. You're not supposed to say loaf. Oh, I'm sorry. Loaf. It was a loaf. A blueberry lemon loaf. My apologies. I pronounced it incorrectly. Okay. Anyway. Oh, people are saying you can also drop a loaf, and that would mean poop. Well, obviously I was not mentioning scat, right? This is not a scatological story. I was talking about a baked good from Costco. I don't know how you would associate the two. That's pretty disgusting, actually. Maybe some of you have dirty minds. Just saying. Anyway, let's continue. So, my day off consisted of running around all day in heat, shopping a lot of things we needed around the house, stocking up, and getting money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much to just some ghost of internet access who says some dent gifted him a bubble gun. Oh boy, I fucking called it. Fucking called it. Also, yeah, I paused in the first place because Phil claims he was running around in heat. Hear it again, but Phil has claimed he was running around while in heat. I guess Cat's perfectly fucking safe then, but if you're a fucking sweaty man who likes his wrestling, then watch out, because Phil's running around in heat.
You have dirty minds. Just saying. Anyway, let's continue. So, my day off consisted of running around all day in heat, shopping a lot of things we needed around the house, stocking up, and getting all these different ingredients for the Fight and Feast event on Sunday. Now, while all this was happening, okay, last night, a fan of mine contacts me and says, Phil, I've been following your streams recently, and I saw that you had mentioned something interesting that you may want for your streams. And just so you know, I think it's a good idea, and I would like to offer this to you. Really? Like, yes, I would actually like to offer you something that would improve your streams. Would it be alright if I got it for you? Alright? And I said, I guess. I don't see why not. And by the way, this is a fan, you know, they've ordered something for me before. So they kind of, you know, I know that they're trustworthy. It's not like some asshole who says, I'm going to send you something. I open it up and there's like a loaf inside. You know what I mean? Like the bad loaf. They're not going to mail me a loaf. They're going to mail me something good. So I said, all right, sure, why not? So I agree. And they say, okay, well, I'm glad because I ordered it for you and it's coming tomorrow. And I was like, really? Like, yeah, ordered it off Amazon.
Wait. So the guy ordered it ahead of time before he even said yes. That was his confidence levels. He knew you were going to fucking say yes to this shit and the fan had already fucking ordered it and knew it was on the fucking way to you. There's something strange with this fucking story. There really is something kind of off about this fucking story. I'm going 1.25 speed. Because fuck you, DSP, that's why.
And, you know, Amazon shipping in my area is super quick because I live in Seattle, well, the outskirts of Seattle. And Seattle is the hub for Amazon. This is actually the part of the country where everything starts. So you order something off Amazon in this area, you can get it sometimes same day, usually by the next day. All right? So I'm like, wow, well, this is kind of cool. I hope you didn't send me a loaf. He said, no, I didn't send you a loaf. I sent you this thing that...
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much, Lona Guardian, for a super chat. It says, everything he owns is donated. That's actually a very good fucking point. Most things that are in this fucking office has been donated to him by a fan. The webcam, the character card, the LED lights you fucking see in the background. Some things aren't fantastic. Like the ring light which has been used to fucking emphasise Phil's snort sacks. Phil got the ring light himself. The TV he plays fucking games on, technically it's fan donated, but then Phil put in a fucking payment plan, so even though Phil had enough money to buy the TV outright thanks to tips, he still put the fucking TV on a payment plan anyway from Amazon. The Xbox was a fucking donated thing. Yeah. It's amazing how much of Phil's entire setup and all these improvements to the setup is not because Phil invested money himself into improving his business, but instead it's because a fan fucking forced that improvement to happen by giving him what he fucking needs to improve that business. It really does emphasise how much thought, or how little thought Phil puts into his fucking craft. It is up to his audience if they want to see improvement on this fucking channel. It's bizarre. I mean, it's just, this is Phil though. This is why Phil is who he is. This is why he's going to be fucking stuck on level 1 forever.
Okay? So I'm like, wow, well, this is kind of cool. I hope you didn't send me a loaf. He said, no, I didn't send you a loaf. I sent you this thing that I thought would be very helpful for the streams. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce something to the stream, something new. All right? It arrived...
Can you say it one more fucking time?
Streams. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce something to the stream, something...
It sounds like you're saying introduce. I know he's trying to say introduce, but to me I'm hearing introduce something.
Thing that I thought would be very helpful for the streams. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce something to the stream, something new. All right? It arrived yesterday, and I'm excited to introduce it. All right? This is someone else's idea. I'm not going to lie. Someone else came up with this idea. It was not mine. All right? But I feel like I can debut it now. And it will be something interesting and fun for the streams. All right? We'll definitely add something. And, I wonder what it could be. Oh my God. Holy shit. That's a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a bubble gun. That was pretty awesome, and that was like half a second of holding it down. The bubble gun is amazing, all right? It is absolutely amazing. However, there's a catch to it. This thing uses a lot of bubble juice. That's the bubble juice it came with, and it uses a lot of bubble juice. So if I even like hold it down for more than half a second, this thing starts shooting out like dozens and dozens of bubbles all over the place. And it was funny because I tried it yesterday for the first time. And Kat says, wow, that's really good, but be careful because you're in a room with a bunch of electronics, and if you go crazy, right, you might end up like soaking all your electronics in bubbles, and and also, it gets everywhere. You gotta be careful. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was actually funny because yesterday I'm talking with my moderator team, okay? And I told them, hey guys, guess what? I got something new for the streams tomorrow. And they go, oh no, Phil, is this a setup? I was like, what are you talking about? They go, Oh, did someone send you a gun that looks like a handgun so you put it on stream and everyone will look and think that you have a gun on stream and try to get you banned from YouTube? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is an authentic Glock, and now I'm going to be banned from YouTube because this is such a dangerous weapon. All right, you can't send your kids to my streams because I'm waving firearms. Okay, so what it is, it looks like an alien blaster, doesn't it? It kind of looks like the alien blaster from like Fallout. But just to show you how crazy good this is, watch this. Ready? That's a lot of bubbles, dude. And it's the coolest thing. They're small, but they shine nicely. Like, they're really good quality bubbles, right? That's cool. Now, whenever we hit a bubble goal on the stream, I'm going to use the bubble gun. All right? That's how we're going to do it from now on. Now, of course, the question is, do we really want to do full screen? Because this is how I used to do it. I used to do this, but now it's like too up close, and now you can't really see the bubbles. I think you might want me to actually be going full screen or on webcam, just stay the widescreen webcam. So when I shoot them, you can see them all on camera, because now they're going everywhere. All right? But, ladies and gentlemen, you see, around here on DSP Gaming, when we have a new edition, we just don't do it normal. You know, a lot of people, they would say, wow, that's great, it's a new edition, it's very exciting to streams, this is cool. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, here on DSP Gaming, that's just not one step isn't too far. We gotta go the whole Monty in. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dual-wield bubble guns. Yes, it's not firing. Oh, here we go. The dual-wield bubble guns.
Money,
That's what I'm talking.
money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Cody Taylor for a super chat. He says, "This is seriously the big reveal he promised?" Yep, this is seriously the big reveal he promised. A few of you in the audience may have heard Phil allude to the fact that he was talking to his moderating team yesterday about the bubbles. So, this is how a lot of detractors knew Phil had got a bubble gun. Because Phil has a private Discord, which apparently he doesn't have. Phil always claims he doesn't have a fucking Discord. Phil is adamant he does not have a secret Discord, even though there's been so many leaks from it, and there's been so many fucking... You know, the fact of the matter is, not only are people aware of this Discord, detractors get to hear about some things happening from the Discord, because some of the people in that Discord have big fucking mouths. So yeah, a lot of detractors knew Phil had bubble guns already. That's why. Why do you think I fucking knew it was fucking bubble guns? Because some of the people in that fucking mod Discord of us have big fucking mouths. Jesus fucking Christ. So yeah, it was. This was no surprise to me whatsoever. But yeah, making Phil dance this. That's an incredible fucking transition. From no bubbles to fucking bubbles everywhere. Holy fuck.
Wheeled bubble guns. Yes, it's not firing. Oh, here we go. The dual-wheel bubble guns. That's what I'm talking about here on DSP Gaming, baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, my. I'm soaked. Dude, there's bubbles everywhere. It went absolutely everywhere on my setup. That's right. I'm a kid.
Hold on. I have a feeling I could have some fun with this. Hold on. So, hold on.
Here on DSP Gaming, baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God.
Like here, like right there. This could be a good freeze frame right fucking there. I don't know, what do you think? Is this a good freeze frame? Phil pointing the gun? It's almost like he's fucking pointing at himself. I don't know. Jesus fucking Christ, man. What the fuck's wrong with Phil? Right, let's test this for a freeze frame, shall we? Let's test the waters. Let's see how this is going to look. Okay, and I'll need to clean up a wee bit, I think, but I could be fixable. There is another freeze frame I thought of here, actually.
God. Wow. Oh my. I'm soaked, dude. There's bubbles everywhere. It went absolutely everywhere on my setup. That's right. I'm a Kimbo.
Even before he starts blowing him up again, I reckon that right there could be a good freeze frame. But instead of having bubbles come out of it, you fucking have money coming out of it. Yeah, that could be a good thumbnail right there. This wee freeze frame here, but money flying out here. So let me test this again. Let me test this for a potential fucking thumbnail. Give me a wee second here. Right, how will this look? This fucking face of his, though, man. This fucking face. It's such a fucking child, man. Jesus Christ, look at the fucking face. Is that a fucking baby fucking happy to see his fucking dummy? Holy shit.
Bubble, baby, yeah! Woo!
Money, money.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much. Just some Ghost of Internet Access. It says, watch him get electrocuted live on stream. Shocker. That would be pretty fucking sensational content right there, at the very least.
Kimbo bubble, baby, yeah! Woo! All right. I dare you to say I'm still on level 1 now. But anyway, I have to now get a tissue and clean, because, like, the bubbles went everywhere. Like, they're seriously...
That is why you're on fucking level 1, you dumb fucking dick. Yeah, Phil absolutely ignored all the fucking drama from yesterday. He paid no attention to Craig or side-scrollers or Keemstar or whatsoever yesterday. That all being said, he's got a fucking level 1 reference right fucking there. Nah, bullshit, he watched every single fucking second of that content from yesterday. That shit is burned in his fucking little tiny brain.
Level 1 now. But anyway, I have to now get a tissue and clean, because, like, the bubbles went everywhere. Like, they're seriously all over my desk here. Which is what I was... Honestly, that's what I was afraid of. It was the bubble guns like this. Is that the bubbles are going to go everywhere, explode, and make a big bubbly, soapy mess. And indeed they have. Alright? Anyway, put those back into the holster. Let me get tissue here, clean up. You know what I mean? Wow. Oh my god. Yeah, they landed all over the laptop. Yuck. So, I think what I do, if I have backup bubble juice from the old bubbles, see? So these are done. Who wants these? This is like blasé boring now. No one cares about this anymore. But I think I can use this. When I run out of bubble juice, I can use this to reload the bubble juice, and I have like 3 or 4 more of those. So I should be fine for a bit, and then I'm going to have to buy more bubble juice, but it's pretty crazy. So, bubble guns in effect. I will say we will use bubble guns when we hit 100 likes on a stream. Perhaps we'll use the bubble guns if and when we hit a members goal. But also, for other special things and events, right? We'll see what happens, all right? So there you go. Okay. Bubble gun crazy shit. Do the dual barrel bubbles when you hit $200 in tips. There you go. It's amazing. Why didn't I think about this a year ago? Because honestly, I don't think about this kind of stuff. Like, I never thought you guys would ever want me to do bubbles on a stream. And then I just so happened to have them in here because I was playing with Jasper one day. And I blew the bubbles and Jasper didn't like them. But this was the time several years ago when Fall Guys was becoming huge on the internet. And I was playing it, and I won a game. People were like, hey, blow bubbles because you won a game. It's a celebration. All right, fine. So I blow the bubbles. The next thing you know, you guys are like, you do bubbles for rewards on streams and stuff. And I'm like, I don't see why not. I don't see the big deal. Like, I don't care. But if you guys are getting something out of it, whatever. And now people seem to like it. They seem to think it's funny. Is Jasper terrified of the bubblegum? Asked Barrel Shroud. I shot the bubbles yesterday downstairs, and he was just like, whoa, like looking all around. I don't think he's scared of it. At the same time, he's like, what the hell is that? You know? Anyway. There you go. So, shout out to the person who donated the Akimbo bubble guns. I appreciate that. And we'll be using bubble guns now on the stream, as silly as that sounds. Like I said, I think you guys will want me to stay widescreen now to do it, because you'll see me shooting them all over. As opposed to if I go full screen, I'm too zoomed in, you won't be able to see it, right? So there you go. Bubbles Akimbo. Excuse me. Okay. Good, clean fun. Anyway. Alright, so. You're never too old to enjoy some bubble blasting. Let's put it that way. So that's yesterday's stuff, alright? Now what I'd like to do, ladies and gentlemen, is go into my news segment. Now, before I start my news segment today, because we have a lot of news stories to talk about, tons of stuff has happened on my day off and this morning, I realized something. I came to a realization this morning, all right? When I moved out here to Washington 9 years ago, one of the things that I had intended at the time was that I wanted to dramatically improve the kind of content I was doing on the internet. In 2014, when I moved out here, all I was doing was gameplay. Like, that's it. I mean, yeah, I was doing some game unboxings and channel updates, but that was really it. I wanted to basically branch out from just being a gameplay guy, and I wanted to do some other things. I had ideas for shows, and I thought, oh, if I have like a dedicated office and space and better setup, I could actually do some different stuff. And one of the ideas that I had was a daily news show, where essentially I'm kind of sitting at a news desk, and I'm reading news stories to you guys, almost like a news anchor, and we're going to talk about, it was going to be a gaming news show, where every day we cover basically gaming news.
News anchor? More like wanker, am I right?
And it was an idea that I had back then, and I told you that I was going to maybe get a virtual desk and a green screen. In fact, that's why I got that green screen set up in 2015. That now you see that green screen setup used in all kinds of content. You know, those green screen shots are all from 2015. They're 8 years old. That's what I did all that for, right? But what's interesting is it just never came to fruition. At that time in my life, things were very different. I didn't really have time to sit down and focus on new stuff. I was very stressed out. I mean, a lot of messed up stuff was happening to me at that point in my life too. And all those plans that I had kind of just went on hold. Instead, I tried an edited content channel, KO Gaming, and then over the years, I became a full-time streamer and all of that. And then, of course, as you know, in the last year and a half, 2 years, I became a podcaster now. Now I do a daily show called The
So basically, as Waterwood is pointing out, you're doing what Keemstar does.
Level 1 Podcast. I think you know about it, perhaps. Maybe you've heard of it. And I came to a realization this morning.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Junkyard W for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated.
I think you know about it, perhaps. Maybe you've heard of it. And I came to a realization this morning, right? I'm about to do the show, and I said, wait a minute. I said, you know, inadvertently, I'm doing that now. I'm actually doing the stuff that I'd intended to do when I originally said that I wanted to move out here in 2014. My whole point was back then I lived in this condo in Connecticut that was small. There was nowhere to really film and make anything look or sound good. It wasn't like I had space to have a setup like a studio. It was just like my living room. And it was cavernous and echoey. There was no opportunity to really soundproof it the way that it was set up. The lighting was terrible. Like, there was no way I was going to set it up and make it look good, which is one of the reasons I wanted to move. But look how long it took. I lived here from 2014 until arguably late last year, 2022. So 8 years it took me to finally get my ass in gear and get enough stuff updated and upgraded and looking good. And I realize now I actually do the show now. It's just called the Level 1 Podcast, right? I mean, yes, I have a daily news show. Some days we don't talk news because there is no news, but I actually do the show. And I was like, oh, cool, right? I actually felt a little bit of accomplishment this morning, saying, wow, there was a goal I really wanted to do 8 years ago. I set out to do it. I didn't do it right away because all this personal shit going on in my life. And then over the years, I evolved, I changed, and now I actually do the show every day.
Okay, nah, Phil, no, you don't fucking do that though. Okay, this is what Phil does. 10:40 a.m. wakes up. 10:42 a.m. checks Twitter. 10:45 a.m. finishes Twitter. 10:46 a.m. scratches testicles. 10:51 a.m. goes onto his computer, says good morning, and then fucking claims there's a whole bunch of shit to fucking talk about on the fucking podcast. The fucking news stories he fucking gets are all cultivated from his own Twitter fucking feed. He does not fucking check the information himself. He's not going to these fucking news articles himself. Every single news source that he fucking gets for his crappy fucking podcast is all directly from his fucking Twitter feed. And as usual, there'll be no fucking further research from Phil about these said stories. So Phil, nah, you don't get to fucking feel proud about fucking checking your fucking Twitter before you fucking go live. Big fucking, I can do that right now. Right, I'll get my fucking phone open right now. I'll get my fucking phone open and click on trending. What's trending right now? I was looking at GTA 6 is fucking trending. I wonder why why is GTA 6 fucking trending? Reports that the GTA 6 map will be 2 times the size of GTA 5. Keemstar fucking tweeted out 30 minutes ago, by the way. But there we go. Look at me. I'm doing what Phil does. I'm fucking talking about the fucking gaming news stories. All I had to do was fucking go on my Twitter. Big fucking deal, Phil. You do not get to fucking feel proud because you fucking search Twitter to find out what fucking more learned minds are talking about in gaming because you're too fucking lazy to search that shit yourself.
I felt good about myself for a bit. That rarely happens. I was like, wow, I put out an entertainment and informative show every day. Northwest Texas, the show just kind of happened on its own. Like John Lennon once said, life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. That's actually a really great quote. Because it wasn't like when I set up this podcast, this was my intention. Actually, it wasn't at all. It was, remember, I liked talking with you guys every morning before we started gameplay. And people started to complain, oh, your pre-stream's too long. And I said, well, screw it. It ain't going to be a pre-stream anymore. It's going to be a podcast. Because that way we can actually have a dedicated show that people who want to see this kind of content can watch it and enjoy it. And it can be separated from my gameplay. You want to see gameplay? Come on later. Come on 12:45 p.m. Pacific time, because that's traditionally when I start with games. But for those of you who like chilling, talking topics and news, come to the podcast before, right? Let me tell you something. It's worked. You guys like the show. Every day there's viewership. There's people who support this show. I really appreciate that. Right now we have over 500 viewers. I don't know why, but we're getting more viewers every day on this show. It's appreciated. Thank you for chilling with me on the Level 1 podcast. Seriously, it's fun. So, good stuff. All right, anyway. So, that realization hit me this morning as I was preparing news stories. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this insane amount of news? I don't know if you are. I should probably go in order here of how these things unfolded. So, the first news, Ubisoft announced their games lineup for the next year, essentially. All right? From April 2023 to March 2024. And here's what Ubisoft's game lineup is apparently going to be. You ready for this? Assassin's Creed Mirage, which we knew was coming out. This is the new Assassin's Creed game that's supposed to be more like a traditional Assassin's Creed, not like the open world ones of the last 3 iterations. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Yes, this is exactly what it sounds like, an Avatar video game. Which would make sense because, you know, Avatar was supremely popular over a decade ago, and they just came out with another one that also was pretty popular. Now no one talks about it anymore. It's hilarious how, it's so popular, and no one even pretends like the movie never existed. But now a game's coming out. It's like a little late. It would have been nice if this game came out either when the first or second movie was out. But apparently they're still making this Avatar game. Rainbow Six Mobile. I'm sure we're all excited for that one coming out. The Division Resurgence, which I guess is supposed to be either an update or a new version of the Division. The Division apparently is still doing really good. From what I understand, it's one of the more popular, like, co-op shooter social aspect games out there. Good for them. You know, I played it. I thought it was all right. I thought it was Division 2 I played. I thought it was all right. I thought to play that with friends, it would actually be pretty solid. Skull and Bones. Yes, if you can believe it, they're still making Skull and Bones. It was supposed to release last year, got delayed multiple times. Yeah, it's still being made. The Crew Motorfest. I had no idea they were making a new Crew game. The Crew kind of, you know, hasn't been talked about in many, many years. But yeah, apparently they're making a new one. And there's a new game called X Defiant. I don't even know what the hell that is. But apparently this is the other game. And then another large game. And no one knows what that is. And so people are trying to guess and speculate what the game could be. You know, keep in mind all the IPs under the Ubisoft umbrella. So people are speculating the other Assassin's Creed game. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to come out with 2 Assassin's Creed games in a year. That would make sense. So, but anyway, that is their lineup for the next year. Okay? How does that sound? Well, obviously I'm going to play the new Assassin's Creed. If it plays like classics, that sounds good to me because those are the ones I liked more. Literally outside of that, I don't think there's another game on there I'm interested in. You know? Maybe the Avatar game if it ends up being good, but there's no way to tell. Plus, I don't really care about Avatar. I thought the first movie was average. I didn't even bother seeing the latest one. So, anyway, that's their schedule. So if you're wondering, that doesn't sound like it's too much of an exciting story. I was doing these in order from stuff happening on my day off. So let's continue. Our next news story. Sony has announced a 1-hour press conference next week on May 24th. So that would be 6 days from today. Wait. When's the 24th? The 24th would be 19th, 20th, 21st, Wednesday. On my day off. Well, I guess I'm not covering it then. So on Wednesday, May 24th. All right. Sony is doing a 1-hour showcase featuring games on PS5 and PSVR 2. I guess they didn't get the memo that PSVR 2 didn't sell very well, because it didn't. Sales numbers are pretty bad from what they were expecting. It hasn't even really sold on pace to PSVR 1, not even close, actually. I think it's one of these situations, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, well, you know, shame on me. I don't think people wanted to drop a dramatic amount of money on a VR system again that you play 2 games on, and then it sits there collecting dust for 5 years. So, kind of interesting that they're announcing new PSVR 2 games. I feel like this is because they were already in development, and at this point you already made the game, you gotta release it. But seems like VR is going to be another failed outing here for Sony. But anyway, I'm interested to see what new games they'll be announcing for PS5. That's what I'm interested in. But that's on my day off next week. So obviously, I won't be covering it live, but hopefully I'll get caught up on it on my day off, be able to come back and tell you guys all about it on Thursday's Level 1 podcast. Sound good?
Sounds quite shite and sounds quite fucking boring. Let's fucking distract ourselves with what people are fucking talking about on fucking Twitter, shall we? Oh, what the fuck do we have here? Oh, would you look at this shit? Somebody found the fucking bubble guns. It was Shiro. Shiro Ishii has found the bubble guns immediately. So, giant 2 bubble guns with 2 bottles, refill solution, 10 ounces total, toddlers 1 to 3. It is... Phil's not a child entertainer. He just fucking uses toys for toddlers 1 to 3.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Brad Burnham for the super chat. It says PSVR sold bad at launch, so give up immediately. It's a good fucking point. Some things don't start off, you know, as a fucking big hot thing, but they fucking pick up traction. Hell, look at Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot didn't sell like amazingly well at first. the most fucking amount of copies Crash Bandicoot sold, I think it was in its like 4th year or some push. It was crazy the numbers that fucking game sold as time went on. So yeah, just because there's not a lot of hype for it immediately, does not mean it won't be a fucking success down the line. But yeah, that's incredible. And yeah, Pixar Animations is saying I'm going to have to add them to the intro, so I guess we're going to see the bubble guns getting added to the intro soon. Like fucking pretty good stuff to do. Like, Jesus Christ, Phil. Holy fuck. I love how Phil as well. Phil has no concept of fucking like looking up, you know. Of course his fans would fucking appreciate this kind of bubblegum crap, you know? Of course they'd fucking like it. But it never crossed Phil's mind, because why the fuck would he care what they want?
Get caught up on it on my day off, be able to come back and tell you guys all about it on Thursday's Level 1 podcast. Sound good? Alright, continuing on. This was really interesting, okay? So, Google made an announcement that started completely freaking people out. Here's the announcement. Google has announced they will start deleting inactive accounts after 2 years of inactivity. Now, wait a minute. First of all, what does that mean? This means everything. This means every product under Google, including email addresses, including, yes, YouTube accounts. Okay? So people are like, wait a minute. Let's say, for example, there's a legacy YouTube account, right? Someone who used to be an affluent, that's not the word, prodigious. Someone who used to upload a ton, right? Very productive YouTuber. And maybe their videos are well known on the internet. But they decided they wanted to move on from being a YouTuber, and they no longer use the account. But all of their content is archived, correct? Well, what's going to happen to that YouTube channel? Fair enough. I mean, YouTube is a lot of ways a historical aspect of the internet and internet culture, right?
Nothing's going to fucking happen to the fucking channel. Because as long as the fucking channel has media on it, it's safe.
There's YouTubers from 10, 15 years ago that at the time were incredibly prominent. And it's cool that their channels are still there, even though they don't use them anymore. It's really cool to see that those channels are there as a testament to how people used to be, right? Wow, these jokes used to be funny. Wow, this kind of content used to resonate. I mean, hell, on my weekly react show, DSP versus the Internet, we've been watching old internet memes and culture every week. And some of the times I'm like, I can't believe this. People thought this was funny. And people would always say to me, well, it's a different time. You know, 10, 15 years ago, a lot of people had different ideas of what was funny or acceptable. A lot of these people were trailblazers at the time on YouTube. So the question is, what's going to happen, right? Does this mean that YouTube channels could be erased, right? Well, there's good news and bad news. The bad news is this is absolutely true, that anything that's legacy content and is not logged into for about 2 years could be deleted by Google. However, someone went immediately to YouTube and started asking the big questions. Like, are you seriously going to start deleting old accounts and what's going on? To which YouTube's liaison team, yes, they actually have a bunch of liaison people, all right, started answering questions and said, we're going to confirm with you right now, all right, we have no plans to delete any YouTube accounts that actually have uploaded videos. What we're looking to do is to completely delete dead content. Someone who made a YouTube channel and never did anything with it, but maybe watched other people's content. Someone who had an email address, used it for 2 years, never used it ever again, and it's been sitting there for 10 years dormant. Basically what they want to do is clear up a lot of this stuff that's been sitting there, you know, eating up space. Now you might say, well, does it take significant space to have a dead account? Well, no, it doesn't. But when you have 40 billion dead accounts, then it could take up space, right? You know, and think about a hard drive. Every once in a while, you got to defrag it. You know what I'm saying? And it seems...
Oh my god, think of how many fucking subs will Phil possibly lose if this happens. Phil might fucking lose, you know, thousands of subs. Tens of thousands of subs.
Like, this is like a Google defrag. We need to just take the things that are not being utilized and are wasted space, and we need to clear it up. So, from what they're saying, all right, hopefully nothing bad would happen to any archived content anywhere. And by the way, they also said, don't worry, this change will not happen until December. And in the meantime, between now and December, if we find something that's, you know, not used, we're going to contact you. And what you would do is, all you need to do is log in. And as long as you log in once every 2 years, the content will be preserved. Okay? So there you go. So in reality, no, this is not going to really affect much when it comes to my content or anyone who still, you know, actively has access to content. Like, if you have a YouTube channel, it's a legacy channel, just log into it and then log back out. Boom, your channel is saved. You see? However, there is a silver lining here as well. Let's say YouTube doesn't even know what they're doing, because I hate to say this. A lot of the times YouTube fucks up. I don't know if you're aware of this, A lot of the times YouTube screws things up. They have good intentions, and then they just completely, they botch it all. They do what they call a boner. Yes, I know that sounds crude, but they actually used to call a boner, used to be a word that meant a mistake, a big gaffe, an accidental mix-up, something that you do by accident. Well, I wouldn't put it past YouTube to do a big boner later this year when they launch this program and start shutting down inactive accounts, that they just shut down accounts for no reason and then have to fix it later. I wouldn't be surprised. However, the silver lining here is that last year we went through my closet, remember? And we eventually found hard drives. And then we accessed said hard drives and found out I have all of my legacy videos, all of them. So if YouTube ever effed up and deleted, say, Dark Side Phil, my original archive channel, I would have the capability to re-upload all that content. And what I would end up doing is making a legacy channel that I would probably call Dark Side Classics or something like that, you know, DSP Classics, and upload all the classic content to that channel. All right? Why not? And the good thing is there's already been people that have asked questions such as, would you ever upload your classic Red Dead Redemption or Final Fantasy 13 playthroughs? Because those have been lost to time. Those are on YouTube channels that got hacked and shut down. Would you re-upload them? Sure, but not here, because I feel like if I did them here, sadly, that would be a situation where, you know, we might have problems. But maybe if I uploaded them, say, to another channel that could be now my archive channel, then that might work. You see? So I'm already kind of considering that, like maybe taking a channel like KO Gaming or something and rebranding it as like a DSP Classics channel. And if they fucked up and deleted Dark Side Phil, because I wouldn't put it past them to do that because they're stupid, and you know, doing a nice big boner like they tend to do, then I guess we'd be all right anyway. I still have all those classic videos on hard drives and I could re-upload them at some point. You see? So, in some ways, you could say that Dark Side Phil is boner proof. Take that as you will. Anyway, so it remains to be seen what's going to happen. All right, we're not sure what's going to happen yet, but let's see as the story continues to unfold. If Google changes their story, if anything else changes, we'll find out. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Keep your boners away from me. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is a good game. I'm enjoying it. I think we're 13 hours in, and we're actually just about to start the first major dungeon of the game. And in fact, I'm liking the game, and you guys are liking the game so much, we changed the schedule around to play more of it this week.
Pardon me for having to do this, but I feel like Phil pointed at the camera there.
Take that as you will.
Yeah, I'm going to count that. I'm counting that. That's a camera point. I'm counting that. Shitey joke was worth it because we got one fucking more thing ticked off.
Anyway, so it remains to be seen what's going to happen. All right, we're not sure what's going to happen yet, but let's see as the story continues to unfold. If Google changes their story, if anything else changes, we'll find out. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Keep your boners away from me. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is a good game. I'm enjoying it. I think we're 13 hours in, and we're actually just about to start the first major dungeon of the game. And in fact, I'm liking the game, and you guys are liking the game so much, we changed the schedule around to play more of it this week. Okay? Well, guess what? I'm not the only person, because, ladies and gentlemen, Tears of the Kingdom has sold over 10 million copies worldwide in its first 3 days, becoming the fastest-selling game in the history of the Legend of Zelda series. And I would attest this to many different factors. Factor number one, it's on the Switch, and Switch is one of the best-selling Nintendo consoles of all time. Everyone's been fiending and waiting for a new first-party game, and Zelda's one of the biggest franchises, so pretty much everyone bought Zelda. And number two, by the way, the game's good. So it's kind of a combination of factors. The game is good, and the console is well owned, I guess. It's out there. You got the market. So this is not surprising at all. It's good to see the game do well. I'm really enjoying the game so far. I'm looking forward to more of it tomorrow, incidentally, on my first stream. Congrats to Nintendo. Because let me tell you something. I would much rather play a good Nintendo game than buy a bunch of these. I feel much better playing good video games, enjoying them and making productive content for my audience than playing with a little figurine to support the company. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm tired of buying Switch OLEDs. I have 17 of them now. I'm glad to be able to use them for something useful. Obviously, I'm joking. I'm not being serious here. But you get the point I'm making is, I really like the first-party Nintendo titles. I sadly wish there were more of them. Where is the next Mario game? How about a Donkey Kong game? Donkey Kong Country or something? Hey, how about a new Mario Kart? Oh, sorry, we're still reselling Mario Kart 8 for like a decade, right? I think actually there's a Pikmin game coming out this year, right? Later this year, Pikmin. I'd be excited for that. But anyway, pretty good stuff. I'm excited to play more Zelda tomorrow. Congrats to Nintendo on that. Let's move on to the next story. Grand Theft Auto 6 is being hinted for a release next year, or not. Let me explain what I mean. Take-Two Interactive released their sales projections for their fiscal year, April 2024 to March 2025. And in these fiscal projections, they said they are going to be launching several groundbreaking titles to achieve over $8 billion in net bookings and over $1 billion in adjusted unrestricted operating cash.
Why did his face almost fucking melt saying 8 billion?
Titles to achieve over $8 billion.
This fucking shit right here, like his fucking neck, like the veins in his neck fucking popped out there, like this shit here. Look at that shit. The fuck happened there? That could be a good you know what? Thumbnail. 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 This is absolutely prime thumbnail material. Never mind your fucking bubble guns. Never mind that. Fuck that. We've got something better. Let's see how this looks. Hold on. Jesus Christ, I worked it quite well. Holy crap. Holy crap. What the fuck, man? One more time.
Launching several groundbreaking titles to achieve over 8
Wait for it though, I'm gonna go slow motion.
billion in net bookings and over $1 billion in adjusted unrestricted operating cash flow. Now here's the thing. We know that Grand Theft Auto 5 has made them over $1 billion. It's actually been well documented that GTA 5 made them over $1 billion. Yes, it's crazy to think that it made that much money, but it did. The GTA Online alone is probably like 80% of that. But then the fact that they sold Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS3 and Xbox 360, and then they sold it on PS4 and Xbox One, and then they sold it on PS5 and Xbox Series S and X. Is it on PC yet? That I don't know. But they've resold this game.
Are you kidding me? Is it on PC yet? It's been on PC the whole fucking time, you daft cunt.
3 times, and people kept rebuying it to keep playing the more modern version of it. So not only did you buy the game 3 times, but also most people have probably sunk some money into GTA Online. I can't imagine why, because I played it and didn't really find much about it.
Oh Phil, don't you fucking dare criticise what people fucking do with their money. When you spent $3,000 fucking dollars in WWE champions in the space of a week, and you're gonna have a go at other people and what they spend their money on? Are you for fucking real?
It interesting, but then again, I don't really use video games as a social outing with my friends. If you did, perhaps that's your social hub and you really enjoy it, and more power to you.
What fucking friends do you fucking have, Phil? You don't use video games as a social fucking outing with your friends. Phil, you don't have anything to use to your friends because your fucking friends don't fucking exist. Just like all your fucking actual fans, they're imaginary.
I've heard it's quite a good game for that, but for me, never really fit into my content, and that's why I never really did much with it. But anyway, I definitely feel like if they're predicting billions of dollars in revenue, obviously it ain't coming from the sky and it ain't coming from their existing releases. They've got something huge planned. And what else would it be besides Grand Theft Auto 6, right? Now, you might also say, well, is it just that? Well, maybe not. Maybe they're going to hit it on both. Maybe you're going to have GTA 6 and a surprise release. Like a new Red Dead Redemption. Or maybe another Bully. Who knows? But $8 billion seems like a lot for only one game. So
I'm sorry, but seeing anytime Phil says a big number, every time when Phil says a big number, my head immediately jumps to that being said sketch. I cannot help it. When Phil says a big number, I cannot help it. My head immediately jumps there. And now I'm going to fucking find it because I want to see it now. Because Phil is just constantly fucking saying this big number, so bear with me. Bear with me. Where the fuck are you, that being said? I've got so many fucking channels I fucking follow. Hold on. Just fucking type it. Bear with me, hold on. I will find you and I will watch you. Where are you? There you are, right fucking there. Don't play yet, hold on. Right. Anytime Phil says a big number, this is immediately what springs to fucking mind.
Jesus!
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it? 6 million. Well, guess what? You're wrong. It didn't happen. You're making it up, right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The bar's being raised.
Fuck's sake, that will never not be funny. Not just because it's an amazing fucking skit, but also the reactions as well. The fucking reactions just fucking sell it. So yeah, anytime Phil talks about big numbers, my mind immediately goes towards that sketch. I can't help it.
Excuse me, $8 billion. Seems like a lot for only one game. So maybe they do have a lot more in store. Who knows, right? But this is exciting. The only bummer about all of this is that sadly, it's next year. So we have to wait a whole year for them to even be in that fiscal year. And then we don't know exactly what's going to happen there, you know. I guess we'll see. But anyway, this is obviously good news if we at least know that they're working on this and that it should be released maybe within a year's time. Or 2 years' time. Who knows? I'm just excited they're going to nickel and dime us again, man. I can't wait to try to play whatever the online component will be on launch day and laugh as everyone's sitting in servers again. Can't get on. All right. And now, ladies and gents, it is time for the really big news story of the day. I know I've covered a lot, but this is the biggest one for sure. It has been officially announced. You ready for this? Officially announced. Mortal Kombat 1, yes, I said it, 1, is coming out later this year on September 19th.
That's our first bingo of the fucking day. I tell you, it'd fucking say Mortal Kombat. I knew it was fucking smart for me to make that the center space today.
It is officially the continuation of the plotline from Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11. It is a second reboot of the franchise, and it will feature the original cast of characters from the classic Mortal Kombat again, only with a reimagined plot, because Liu Kang is now a god. And ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I can say is this calls for a celebratory Guns Akimbo Bubble Blow. That's right. Yeah! So rip off those heads, shove those spines up your butthole. It's time for Mortal Kombat to come this September. And one of the things that they're actually touting is that it's going to have a very, very immersive, story-driven mode, which Mortal Kombat games have had since Mortal Kombat 9. If you remember, MK9 was the game that kind of made that prominent over a decade ago, right? Wasn't Mortal Kombat 9, I want to say 2010, 2011? So yeah, when Mortal Kombat 9 came out, it had such a cool story. The weird thing about this is, if you're not aware, Mortal Kombat 9 already was a series reboot. What do you mean by that, Phil? Well, let me explain. Mortal Kombat started off in the 1990s along with Street Fighter, Tekken, and many other prominent fighting game franchises in arcades. But Mortal Kombat games stopped being released in arcades at Mortal Kombat 4. After that, they became exclusively home console games. What ended up happening was, they became more and more popular for home gamers, but they stopped being considered competitive games. Excuse me. Hold on a sec. Much better. Anyway, so what ended up happening was Mortal Kombat became more and more prominent as being known as a party game. You play it with your friends, you rip out their buttholes, you know, you shove their nipples into their nostrils, whatever it is for the fatality. They got more and more ridiculous and over the top crazy. But the gameplay stopped being competitive. While other game franchises like Street Fighter and Tekken and others became the prominent competitive fighting games, Mortal Kombat became kind of a parallel franchise that was not technically played in tournaments that well, but instead was still a prominent bestseller. However, by the end of the 2000s, okay, the series had written itself into a hole with Mortal Kombat Armageddon. In Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Liu Kang had become a zombie. All the gods were evil. Everyone was killing everyone. And there was like 5 zillion fucking characters in the game, and the game was incredibly unbalanced and a big mess. And so, with the release of Street Fighter 4 in 2009, NetherRealm Studios decided to do something a little different. They said, we actually want to reboot. And we want to start the franchise over fresh and actually take it seriously because we went off the rails with all these games in the 2000s. Let's now start it fresh. So with Mortal Kombat 9, they had an interesting idea. Let's take the plot line at the end of Mortal Kombat Armageddon and let's shuffle it around a little bit. What if Raiden, seeing how all of the actions that he had now spurned by creating that original tournament, Earth versus the Netherrealm, right? That basically when he had done this, sadly his actions had kind of ruined everything because look, Armageddon, everything's destroyed now, right? So he finds this medallion, and he uses this medallion to travel back in time and try to change things for the better. And that's the plot of Mortal Kombat 9, is that he's back in the original tournament of Earth versus the Outworld, and he's trying to change up the plot to make it so that things are better for everyone, okay? And that's one of the more unique plots in Mortal Kombat, and that's when they started having really almost epic narrative movie-like stories. Mortal Kombat 9 is a great game. The story is outstanding. It's a really cool reimagining of what happened. If you remember in that one, Liu Kang is not the hero, Kung Lao is, which is kind of interesting. And so, you know, redoing that whole idea is kind of an interesting thing because it allowed all the classic characters to be reimagined and put back into the franchise. You know, characters that have been dead for a long time. They brought back the robot ninjas like Sector and Cyrax. You get to see rebooting of characters like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, who sadly have been like stuck in these plot lines forever. Now they got rebooted. Now they're human again. They're no longer, you know, Scorpion's not a vengeful ghost at this point. Oh, that's nice, right? So yeah, pretty awesome. Personally, I loved playing Mortal Kombat 9 as a narrative-based game. It was actually a huge game for me because when I covered it, most people were just trying to play it competitively, but I played through the whole story mode, and people absolutely loved my take on the story mode. And that game laid the groundwork for many other fighting games after to have these really cool cinematic story modes. So, then you have Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat 11, and the plotline just kind of reconvoluted itself and everything. At the end of Mortal Kombat 11, Liu Kang has become a god that now controls time and space. Sure, right? Like, okay, but where do you go from there? You're like, oops, I wrote myself into a hole again. Because now, you know, in 3 games' time, yes, it's great that we rebooted the franchise, but now the plot's kind of going off the rails again. What happens? So it was funny because they were actually interviewing Ed Boon. If you don't know, Ed Boon is one half of the creators of Mortal Kombat and the guy who's completely in charge of the studio. And they interviewed him, they said, didn't you already reboot the franchise? And he answered in the interview, yeah, man, let me tell you something. These time travel plot lines aren't as easy as they sound. He goes, you know, I saw all the Terminator movies, and I thought, no sweat, we'll be able to pull this off. And he goes, over a decade later, it's like, we screwed it up again. So we basically, we got to do it again, but this time we're hoping to do better. So, yeah, they're literally doing it again. A reboot, time travel plot line. Now Liu Kang is in control. What I can tell you is I saw the trailer this morning. It looks really gory. Like, over-the-top gore with these fatalities now, where there's just like ripping bodies apart, things squirting, flying everywhere. It's really disgusting. But that's what Mortal Kombat's known for. So I guess it's kind of good to see it then retain that level of yuck. Because maybe if they didn't, then it would be kind of like, you know, are they going too PC? Are they going too PG? Are they trying to appeal for a wider audience? I mean, maybe they are, but at the same time, it is super duper gory. So it seems like they phased out all the sexual content. Man, in the 1990s, fighting games were over the top sexual content. Like the 90s were the era of like everything being half nude, right? And then I would say Mortal Kombat in the 2000s, I never played, but I heard it got even worse. But now they've slowly kind of changed the franchise to be away from that. Yet, everyone's ripping each other's arms off, you know, playing them like a xylophone, and exploding their skulls at the end, at the fatality animation. So, I guess the gore level will still be there, okay? Now, in addition to that, they already announced all the content for this thing. Just listen to this. There will be a special combat pack that will feature a skin for Johnny Cage that is the likeness of the famed actor and martial artist Jean-Claude Van Damme. This pack will be available at launch. In addition, early access to the game will feature 6 new playable characters that will be available in a season pass post-launch, as well as 5 new cameo fighters available post-launch. So 6 fighters that are from the Mortal Kombat franchise, and 5 that are cameo appearances. If you remember, previous Mortal Kombat games had characters such as Freddy and Jason, the Predator, and Alien, right? I think there was, dude, I mean, there's so many of those. We didn't have the Ninja Turtles at one point. It's an insane thing. So they really like to cram in these weird, non-related characters into Mortal Kombat, and they're going to have 5 of those as well. So essentially, 11 DLC characters for this game are already known. Just not announced yet, but we already know there's 11 DLC characters coming out. Like, holy shit, right? Also, I believe they were saying there's a pre-launch bonus you could get, like, Shang Tsung, if you, like, pre-order or something like that. So there you go. September 19th. Hope you guys are excited for Mortal Kombat 12-1. It's kind of confusing. It's kind of like when you had Xbox 360, Xbox One. Wait, 1 isn't the first one? Well, no. Now it's MK1. There was no MK1. There was just Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat 5, which I think was called Deadly Alliance, Mortal Kombat 6, like Bosom Buddies, Mortal Kombat 7, which was like Mysterious Bedfellows, and then Mortal Kombat 8, I think, was Armageddon. And then 9 was the reboot, which was still called MK9, but they called it Mortal Kombat again. Not Mortal Kombat 1, they called it Mortal Kombat again. But then Mortal Kombat 10, they called MKX. And then Mortal Kombat 11 was Mortal Kombat 11, but now we have Mortal Kombat 12, and now it's MK1. But we already had MK1, but then we also have the reboot of MK1, which is MK9. So technically, isn't this Mortal Kombat 1-3? Yeah, it is. It's Mortal Kombat 1, Take 3. Anyway. I'm not done with game news. We're still going. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past several months, we have been eagerly awaiting news from the United States Supreme Court, which was hearing a case regarding Section 230. For those who don't know, Section 230 is part of a law that essentially says that internet-based companies are not responsible for the content that is uploaded to them by users. So, for example, let's say someone went on YouTube and uploaded an absolutely heinous video of something to YouTube. Murder, death, disgusting nonsense, okay? And that video was watched by millions of people. Well, YouTube cannot be held responsible for having that content uploaded to them per Section 230. Now, it's not to say that YouTube shouldn't have every effort to moderate and take down that kind of messed up content. You see what I'm saying? But they would not be able to be sued for it. Well, guess what? They were being sued for it. Someone had basically said, we had a child, this family says we had a kid, a teenager, an impressionable teenager. They saw recruitment videos for a terrorist organization that were uploaded to YouTube. Because of those videos, they were indoctrinated and became part of a terrorist organization, and that person, I believe, passed away doing undertakings for the terrorism group. Well, they feel that YouTube is responsible for this, and they sued YouTube. All right? So this case has been there for years now. And it's gone through all the lower courts, and all the lower courts kept saying, no, Section 230, YouTube is protected. Section 230, YouTube is protected. It finally went all the way to Supreme Court. Now, we talked about this back in February when it first hit the court docket. And the interesting thing here is, you know, it may have been that the court ruled that, you know, maybe it's not universal protection. Maybe there's a level of liability, but YouTube cannot be fully liable. Maybe there should be some protections in place that anyone can't just upload anything. Or, on the flip side of that, if you upload something, if it's not moderated in a timely manner, then the company could be found to be prosecutable. So, for example, what if someone made a video that was incredibly heinous, defamatory, really hurtful to someone's reputation, and now they weren't able to make a living or get a job? What if someone uploaded a video to YouTube claiming someone was a heinous sex predator, right? And it was all fucked up wrong. It was all a lie, right? Imagine that, making a whole video documenting, say, oh, I have all this evidence this person's a sex predator, but it's all fake. They've made it up. All they wanted to do is make someone look bad. Well, shouldn't YouTube be liable for that? They allowed that video to be uploaded and be spread as misinformation all over the internet, right? And really, I think this is where this case was going, is that why is it that anyone could just upload anything they want? There's no vetting process for any of it. It just gets free reign to be watched on the internet. It could blow up and get viral popularity, and no one has any way to stop it besides suing. Not everyone just has the ability to frivolously slap on a lawsuit and sue someone for something, right? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You ready for this? The Supreme Court refuses to hear the case. They feel it's not important enough. So because of that, the case was slapped down, just like that, back down to the lower court, and the lower court ruling stands that Section 230 protects YouTube from any kind of prosecution in regards to this matter. So as of now, unless another case or another situation happens, everything is staying as is. So it's still free reign. You can say and do whatever the hell you want on YouTube with zero repercussions. Unless someone sues you directly in court for defamation, you can do whatever you want. Isn't that nice? Personally, I don't want YouTube to be censored. I want people to be able to upload whatever kind of content they want.
Yeah, you could have fucking fooled me with all the fucking takedown fucking requests you fucking made. You could have fucking fooled me, Phil. Jesus fucking Christ. Look, you know, it's a real fucking shame that a family lost their fucking impressionable child because they fucking saw, you know, terrorist fucking groups fucking indoctrinated. It is a real fucking shame. But you got to fucking ask yourselves, were the family doing enough themselves to fucking look after a fucking child and make sure our child were okay? It seems like a fucking cop-out to blame fucking YouTube because that is where they fucking saw their fucking content in the fucking first place. What happened in the fucking 90s when Blockbuster Video get fucking blamed because of some fucking video that was made? Something about, I don't know, what the fuck? You know, isn't that, I don't know. It's just, it's a weird fucking thing. To me, I always find it kind of frustrating that like, the parents will naturally fucking try and find someone else to fucking blame rather than themselves when it's like, they didn't fucking, they weren't active enough in their own child's fucking, you know, bringing up. They just park them in front of a TV, park them in front of a fucking computer, park them in front of a fucking console. That'll fucking entertain the child, that'll fucking babysit a child for us. All this fucking media. They'll fucking look after our child and they'll fucking give us a break from fucking doing that shit. And then I fucking get surprised that their fucking child grows up and they're quite impressionable with the fucking media they've been consuming since a young fucking age. I mean, you got to fucking question how active a role the parents had in that fucking child's life. I think that's one of the big fucking, I don't know. I just find it too easy for parents to fucking just blame, YouTube, or blame video games, and blame movies, blame YouTube. I don't know. It seems like a very easy cop-out excuse for lazy parents.
Because here's what you got to realize, that the door swings both ways. For as much as I feel that YouTube is very, very, very much abused, and that really heinous behavior is allowed, okay? At the same time, if you made YouTube vet every single video that was uploaded, you may literally have a crazy amount of queues and waiting to get any videos live on YouTube. For example, let's say for today, I'm doing a level 1 podcast, right? Well, if YouTube has to vet the video to make sure that everything in the video is kosher, and nothing in this video is offensive, defamatory, wrong, factual, you know what I'm saying? If they're legally liable for stuff on the site, I might not even be able to upload the podcast today. I might upload it and it just sits there in a queue for 4 weeks while some human finally gets to it, watches it, and says, oh, okay, that's fine, stamp of approval. And now your video goes live on YouTube. Imagine having a new game or having a new movie coming out, and people want to talk about the game, they want to talk about the movie. Well, guess what? Their reaction can't be uploaded for a month because someone has to vet each piece of content going to YouTube. Or what could happen is YouTube becomes a pay-for service. If you want to use YouTube in a business capacity and get all your videos uploaded right away, you have to pay for that service, and now someone has priority to review your content first, so maybe your content will now go live within 24 hours of posting it. You see? So it's kind of like, you can't have it both ways. You either have the Wild West where everything is allowed, or you have a completely monitored society where nothing is allowed. It takes months for stuff to go live. Is there a happy medium? And I was hoping, honestly, that at least this court case would have the discussion of a happy medium being found somewhere. Because I really do feel that, sadly, YouTube is abused on a daily basis by people who have malicious intentions to just get over and get personal gain at the expense of tons of other people. It's really immoral and messed up how YouTube has become this cesspool of garbage. And it shouldn't be like that. But they've allowed it because they make money on it. And it's sad that money is more important than actually doing the right thing and preventing people from being hurt on a daily basis by the site.
Bitch, please? This fucking person is fucking talking about morals and ethics when it comes to fucking money?
But that's what Google cares about. What's legal, not what's right or what's moral. So it is what it is. I wish that there would have at least been some kind of a discussion about improvement. Instead, we're just back to square one. Back to the uploading of loafs. Lots of loafs every day. A lot of places on YouTube, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the lemon blueberry kind. Okay. Let's continue. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my last news story of the day. It is official. Futurama actually is coming back. Futurama. You know, this right here. Well, hold on. No, it's not loading. This right here. This right here. See? That? That's coming back. Well, not so much the guy swimming in money. He looks like an asshole. But Philip J. Fry is returning to the small screen. That's right. Futurama is getting a new season.
I love Futurama, but I've got to question why. Didn't it end in a really good way? I thought the series ended off in a perfect fucking way. You know, like I don't know. It feels weird to bring it back in case it kind of taints it, you know?
Starting July 24th on Hulu. It's a 10-episode run. So, good news, everyone! Or is it? Because I do have something to say about this, and I talked about this last year when they first announced this, alright? For those who don't know, Futurama has been around for quite some time. It's one of the more revived series. And what I mean by that is, there's basically, this series originally was on the same time, if you can believe it, in the 90s. With shows like The Simpsons, okay? And then it went off there, and then it got a lot of popularity being run in syndication on channels like Cartoon Network. And so then it ended up being revived, and then it ended up being retired again. But then it got like exclusive, not mainstream channel runs. Like Cartoon Network ended up doing several seasons of it. Then it got retired again, and then they ran movies, a series of movies that did really well. And then the movies revived the series again, and it got another renewed run. So this series, I'm serious, at this point it has like 10 seasons, but it's like some were on Fox, some were on Cartoon Network, some were movies. It's so confusing. Now I can tell you something. I love Futurama. It's actually one of my favorite adult cartoon shows I've ever seen in my life. I think the writing's always been good, and I just like that Matt Groening, I don't know if I said John. Matt Groening, I just like his humor style. Now, I haven't seen The Simpsons in a very long time, but I actually watched the entire reboot series of Futurama, and I loved it, okay? But let me tell you guys something. It ended, and it ended well, okay? The way they ended it was essentially an infinite reloop. Here's what happened. So, Fry and Leela, the two main characters of the show, got stuck in this time loop. And they kind of lived their lives together and they were able to reboot time, I guess. They were like, can they go back in time and kind of relive our lives together because we were in love with each other? And we realize it now. It took the entire series of them kind of joking about liking each other, and Fry always liked Leela, and it never really worked out. At the end of the series, they basically finally get together, and they have this they live a whole life together. They're old. They grow old together. And they have this opportunity where they can like reboot everything and live together like again or something like that. I'm trying to remember exactly how it ended, okay? But it was a really sweet, happy ending. For those who were like fans of this series since the 1990s and watched it for like 20 years, this was seriously a really nice way to end the show, because longtime fans of the series had always wanted Fry and Leela to get together and always wanted them to have like a happy life together. And they were never allowed for that to happen because they always kept rebooting or canceling the show or, and then finally it happened. Like, that was the end of the series. It was sweet. I cried. I seriously fucking cried watching this final episode because I was like, wow, characters I've known for 20 years that I love are gonna have a happy ending, and they wrote it like that because they knew that was the end of the show. Okay, so my question is, if that was the perfect ending, right? Why are they continuing it? Sometimes, I hate to say it, sometimes things are better left done with, right? I do feel like sometimes things go on too long, and the story of Futurama ended on a high, beautiful note. There was no reason to continue it. That was what series fans had always wanted. Because they wanted to see that happy ending, and they finally got it after waiting like 20-some years. You got your ending. You're like, the payoff was there. It was worth it to watch it all along. And why on earth now they decided to now reboot this series as a Hulu exclusive series? I have no idea. I'm actually confused. Legit. I'm like, why is this? And the funny part is, like, I just got rid of Hulu. I just canceled it. Right? So, of course, they immediately have to announce something that I'm interested in. But at the same time, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'd rather like to just think the series ended the way it did, with the perfect happy ending, than to basically have it start again. Because I feel like this is one time too many. I'm just being honest. Like, I love that franchise. It's one of my favorite of all time. And I do feel like this is maybe too much. So, I guess we'll find out. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news. It's 12:20 p.m. I told you this was going to be a super long podcast because we had so much game news to talk about. That was like an hour segment, wasn't it? So I'd like to say thank you to those who are being patient during the segment, because obviously the situation here where there's a lot to talk about in one day. All right, so just think of everything we just talked about. Me getting all these ingredients for the Fight and Feast this coming Sunday. Bubble guns have now been added to the streams, and we got a ton of cool news that we went through. Very briefly, let's go through the schedule, and then let's do shout-outs. All right. Briefly, today, the continuation of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We're on the Shattered Moon world, which is basically like a space base. It's interesting. It's fun. We just got a new lightsaber type. That's a giant broadsword-like lightsaber. And I'm excited to use this and learn new techniques in it. I think it's going to be a fun stream, despite the fact the game is running like shit right now. We're going to push through and hopefully have a good time with Star Wars today. Later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it's a continuation of Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. I'm really excited for this because we had a humongous plot development last time around, and now we're heading into essentially what people would consider the final third of the game, where it actually gets quite interesting, and I'm excited for that. Hope you'll join me tonight for that. Tomorrow is a continuation of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We'll be heading into the first major dungeon of the game and hopefully being able to complete it all on that one stream. I'm definitely excited for that to see how far we get. Tomorrow night on the late stream, it is Oblivion. And the good news is about the Oblivion playthrough, we have completed the Shivering Isles DLC, and now it's just the end game of the main story. We have about 2 to 3 achievements left to beat the game. I'm assuming this will probably be several more streams, but we are in the end game now. The final push to see the end of Oblivion is in sight. I'm excited to see how that all turns out tomorrow night. Saturday, DSP versus the Internet, my weekly clips react show over on DSP Reacts, my sister channel. It'll be fun. Please submit your clips if you're a member over there. If you haven't yet, I can't wait for that. And then, of course, Saturday night will be more Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. Sunday is the big Fight and Feast event, a great marathon featuring classic Street Fighter gameplay, featuring recipes from the Street Fighter cookbook, multiple tier maker rankings, a fantasy battle royale, and some surprises. Okay? I hope you'll be here all day long. Yes, here on DSP Gaming is where the marathon is taking place. All day, May 21st. However, the videos will be split. All the gameplay style videos, such as the runs in Classic Street Fighter and the Battle Royale, will be uploaded here, while the tier maker rankings, the food vlogs, etc. we uploaded over on DSP Reacts, so this is going to be a good source of content for both channels all week long. Okay? Monday, more Star Wars and more Oblivion. Tuesday, more Zelda and probably more Final Fantasy, unless it looks like we might beat Oblivion, in which case I might actually do Oblivion 2 nights in a row to wrap it up. Now, you might notice something. I did not mention Elden Ring at all. You're absolutely correct. Elden Ring is currently on a hiatus, while we make a big push to make progress in the 2 new releases of Star Wars and Zelda, and we try to finish at least one of the late night games as well. Why am I doing that? Because once we do that, now we can focus more in on that stuff, and we can basically get stuff done by the end of the month. When Street Fighter 6 comes out next month on June 2nd, I need a lot of time to focus on it, so I can't have 100 lingering playthroughs. I'm going to do my absolute best this month to make progress in all these games, so I hope you understand. That's why Elden Ring's on hold. Now, Elden Rings will continue. Elden Ring will continue. You understand? But not in any kind of a huge capacity. It will probably come back to the streams once we wrap up perhaps Oblivion, and maybe it'll take that late night slot up, so we can still keep playing it for variety purposes. But the thing is, I've gotten very far into the Elden Ring second run. We're getting into the last third of the game. There's no real reason to rush. We've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish, which was get far enough in the game that when the DLC comes out, I can jump right into the DLC. I'm pretty sure we've gotten far enough into the game to do that. So, I hope you guys will join me when Elden Ring resumes. When exactly that'll happen, I don't know. But I'll let you know when I know. All right? That's the schedule. I'm clapping right into the mic, blowing your ears out here. Hopefully headphone users are still active to hear. Sorry about that. It's time for shoutouts. And we got a ton to do. So let's start at the beginning. We've got Gamer Guy, who re-upped his membership for 7 months. Thank you, Gamer Guy. We got Beaver Bother, who became a channel member this morning. Hopefully they've learned their lesson and will not be bringing up drama and nonsense, because they were the other day and it pissed me off. So hopefully they've learned their lesson. If they don't, they're gonna get banned again. SNURFG Snurvg, I apologize as I don't know how to pronounce your name, did a $10 super chat. Thank you for that. He said, good to see that you're still going strong. I've been watching it ever since your first Fallout 3 playthrough. That's a long time ago. First playthrough gaming channel I ever even followed. You're one of the few still around. Thank you, Phil. Thank you. From back in the day, you're right. I am one of the few people from back in the day still prolific, making as much content as I do. Jason has re-upped his membership for 18 months. Is Mortal Kombat looking good? Cheers. I agree. I'm excited for Mortal Kombat to coming this September. This is the year of fighting games. Street Fighter in June. Mortal Kombat in September. Now all we need to know is when Tekken 8's coming out. We're going to have a fighting game overload. Seriously. I'm very excited. And then we have B-Man64 who did a super chat and says, why are you a liar? I don't know. Why am I a liar? That's kind of a general question. You would think that you would like pair that question with like qualifying information. Like, for example, I could just walk up to someone on the street and say, why do you smell? And they'd be like, huh?
If they... No, hold on.
I mean, maybe they do smell.
If there was fucking qualifiers to the super chat, he wouldn't read the fucking thing out. Yeah, no. Why are you a liar? If he had specifically stated in the super chat what he was lying about, he would have ignored it altogether. You have no choice but to fucking be vague. For him to fucking even address it. If you fucking detail why he's a fucking liar, he's just going to ignore the goddamn fucking thing. And lean it.
But just walking up and saying something negative to someone like that, it's kind of weird. The weirder part is that you actually did a $2 super chat. So actually it's the equivalent of me walking up to someone on the street and handing them $2 and saying, why do you smell? And they go, oh, thanks. Huh? I'm confused. Me too. I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. Pretty weird, but thanks for the super chat. And
I'll take toxic. There you fucking go.
we got B-Boy Cyclone, who re-upped his membership for 2 years, earning the Rose Gold Crown. And ladies and gentlemen, I have good news. I've updated the animations to actually work properly because I had the wrong animation in there for the 2-year anniversary. So allow me to now show you what I mean. For those of you now who are hitting your 2-year anniversaries and you click on the notification, here's what you're going to see. Ready? It's the right animation, the Rose Gold Crown animation. I previously had the diamond by accident. So now you'll see the Rose Gold Crown, and every month when you re-up your membership for the next year, you'll get the Rose Gold animation. All right? How about that? You realized that it was wrong the other day, and I fixed it. So now you can all have the proper, and I confirmed all the other animations are correct as well. They're all fixed. So anything you guys do with members, all those tiers are correct. And now, next year, when you hit 3 years as a member, which I know you all will, of course, you will then earn yourself the very coveted final tier, Diamond Crown.
Who gives a fucking shit? You guys are fucking like the stream, guys. You've had 100 likes on the stream, which means you guys have earned not only a free space, but you've unlocked this amazing animation by Pixar Animations.
Oh, yo, that smells really, really good. I love it.
Every time. It is disturbing. It is disgusting. And yet I still can't stop watching it and enjoying it.
That's the highest level. Very nice. Okay, so thank you, B-Boy Cyclone. So that is the YouTube side contribution so far today. In the meantime, let's go ahead and let's do shout-outs on the tips side of things. So first of all, yesterday on my day off, I received a tip, and I told you all that if I do receive tips during my days off, I would count them as you know, towards the next day. So I received a $15 tip from an anonymous tipper who sent me a very nice message, and I'd like to read that out for all of you today. But first, let's get them up on the leaderboard as I play their animation. That is not what I wanted to type. That's what I wanted to type. There we go. Okay. B-Boy Cyclone says I didn't read the message. Oh, who do I need to punch to get the Final Fantasy 13 playthrough? As I said, B-Boy Cyclone, I have some interesting plans. I am considering rebranding my KO Gaming channel to be DSP Classics, where I will then upload legacy content that's lost to time. We found several different playthroughs, including Red Dead Redemption, Final Fantasy 13, LA Noire, in addition to some DLCs and content like Undead Nightmare that I could upload over there and people could watch. In addition, you know, we found some other stuff. I found some Kung Fu Panda gameplay that has never been released. So I might actually use that as an archive channel for older stuff, and then God forbid that YouTube screw up, but maybe I would even have the Dark Side Phil content, the original Dark Side Phil playthroughs there as well. Anyway, we'll see, but I'm thinking that could be like a summer project. When things slow down in the summer, maybe have some legacy content. We'll see. Anyway, this anonymous tipper says the following. Thank you for the content over the last month from the React channel and to the gaming one. It keeps me entertained at home and when I'm at work. Well, there you go. You're very welcome, and thank you very much for the kind words and the contribution. Again, if anyone ever contributes on my day off, I would be very willing to count it towards the next day. Fair enough? Continuing on. We're not in summer. It's still spring. Summer is more than a month away, by the way. I received a $2 tip from Hotel Dude. All right. Let's see here. He says, you deserve all of your accomplishments. You deliver tons of chill moments. They keep me and my mates entertained. Your legacy is alive. Big names talk about you all the time. You do you. Keep on trucking. Papa Phil. Thank you very much to Hotel Dude for a $2 tip. I appreciate that very, very much. What nice, kind words. I received another $2 tip. This one is from Lady Charisma. On the topic of Mortal Kombat, I always thought The Miz would be perfect for the role of Johnny Cage if they put Cage in a movie. Yeah, but did you hear they're possibly getting the actor who played one of the major roles in The Boys? I forget the guy's name. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was Judge Dredd. He was in the Doom movie. I forget the guy's name. But they're considering getting him to be Johnny Cage. I think he would do a good job. But at the same time, yeah, I do think that maybe The Miz kind of lives the role. No? Or maybe not. I don't know. But, all right. Thank you very much. I received another $1 tip. Carl Urban. Thank you. His name's Carl Urban. And he's a very good actor, by the way. He's entertaining. Okay. Someone tipped $1 and says, this case will set a precedent for cleaning out trolls for slander. Bankrupt them all for life for what they've done. I hope they will die broken alone. Did you not hear what I said? The Supreme Court threw the case out. Right? Right? Okay, anyway. Sorry, I got distracted. No, yeah. So, it got thrown out of the Supreme Court. I got distracted because 2 more emails popped in that have nothing to do with that, and I got distracted by them. Yeah, the Supreme Court threw it out, so nothing's gonna happen. Looks like YouTube is gonna be nice and toxic cesspool as usual. Nothing's ever gonna change. Oh well. Let's continue.
I mean, as long as you're fucking on YouTube, it's gonna be fucking toxic. That's for goddamn sure. Also, dead air means we have another fucking bingo. We are technically free away. Technically, actually, it's meant with 2. We have 100 likes, remember, which means we earned a free space. Phil has also hit 100 likes, but I don't know if he's actually fucking blown his bubbles yet for his audience. So it looks like we're 2 away, really, because we should have 2 free spaces.
Wow. I received a $12 tip from Cropes. Cropes says, I'm looking forward to your Fight and Feast. I hope that I will catch a good chunk of it. If not, remember, if you cannot be here for the Fight and Feast on Sunday, which is Sunday, May 21st, this coming Sunday, all day long, no worries. You can always get caught up after the fact, as everything will be on demand. all the gameplay will be going live that day. What I will probably do is split up the content to upload it over the course of the week. So I'll probably do like one of the tier makers, and maybe one of the food vlogs I'll upload the first day. Then maybe I'll do another tier maker and a different food vlog the next day, right? And then maybe we'll do the third food vlog another day. You know, splitting it up so that way it's not all just, you know, all with one day overload. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'll just do one a day. Maybe I'll do one day a food vlog, one day a tier maker, one day a food vlog, one day a tier maker, and spread it out over the week. But keep in mind that, no, I'm having a brain fart. Never mind. Okay. Shall we continue? All right, ladies and gentlemen. I received a $100 tip from Jinx. $100. Yes, 100 smackaroos. 100 simoleons. 100 rubles. Thank you, Jinx. I was not expecting that. Jinx had said that they were going to scale down their level of support, that they were still going to support, but it was going to be far less. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say a $100 tip is far less, but this is ginormous, huge, positive. Thank you so much, Jinx. And Jinx says the following. You ready? Hold on. Jinx says the following. Hope you had a good day off. I did. It was stressful and hot, but at the same time, we got a lot done. Hope you're doing well. I'm looking forward to your streams today. I can't wait for the fight and feast, but I'll be working, so I'll be lurking. Sounds good. I'm sure a lot of people will also be doing that. Thank you, Jinx. So guess what that means? It means it is Gunner Glass's time. And it also means that there's going to be a hat on today's stream. We are now 12 straight streams, ladies and gentlemen, where we have hit all the funding goals. 12. Okay? Today would be number 13 if we hit it today. Being at 132 out of 150 is a pretty damn good start, I would say. All right? So thank you very much, Jinx. The streak may continue. But in the meantime, it is time for us to do a poll to determine what hat you guys would like to see today for Star Wars. All right? So here we go. Which hat is Jedi best? The red fedora, the cowboy hat, the beret, or shoot.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Oh, the Punisher beanie. There we go. So please vote and determine what hat I will be wearing on today's Star Wars Jedi Survivor stream. And of course, if you guys like the content, and if you would like to consider, by the way, Audio Object, I've had enough of you, and now you can enjoy your band. Seriously, I've had enough of you. He's bringing up drama, which everyone we've stayed away from. He will not stop, so he's done. If he apologizes and says he'll never do it again, he'll come back, but I don't trust him at this point. He's been doing it all morning, by the way.
So, we have another bingo. We are technically one away, because Phil said voted, so that's another bingo. We've not seen Phil blow bubbles yet, for the likes.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm excited for this week. I'm excited for the content. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. What a jam-packed show we had. I knew it would be a very exciting show coming back here, and a lot to talk about. Oh, I received another tip. Hold on a second here. I received a $2 tip. Is the streak continuing? I don't know. Will the streak continue? It may not. But thank you for the $2 tip. It's not a huge concern of mine if it doesn't continue. At the same time, sure, it's amazing that it has gone as long as it did. 12 straight streams and climbing. All right. Am I going to talk about the Overwatch 2 situation? See, there really isn't much to talk about Overwatch 2. Here's the situation with Overwatch 2. Originally, 2-3 years ago when they announced it, everyone was like, why are they making a sequel? Just keep updating the main game like you've been doing for like 4 or 5 years. So, they developed the game, and it comes out last year, and it's one of the biggest botched launches in online game history. The game won't work, the game's running poorly, accounts aren't migrating. It took them seriously 2-3 weeks to even get the game to work normally. At that point, I didn't care anymore. I never even bothered playing it. Seriously. Sad, because I like Overwatch, but what are you going to do? I'm not going to waste my time with this game. But one of the major things they promised to Overwatch 2, and one of the reasons they said why they needed to make a sequel, is because they were changing the game. Even though it would still have its online competitive component, they were going to turn it into a PvE experience, meaning it was supposed to be about having your class hero level up like an RPG, having your character get new abilities, new stats, and basically teaming up with others to take on waves of enemies. Keep in mind, they've had PvE events before. I remember traditionally they did ones with like Halloween and stuff, where you'd fight against computer-controlled opponents, waves of enemies, horde mode style stuff. People liked it as special events, but this game was supposed to have it as part of the main component. It was supposed to be part of the real game, okay? And there was this years. Supposedly they're working on this. It was announced on my day off. They canceled it. There is no PvE component whatsoever. It's done. And when they had a big in-depth interview with the game devs, essentially the game devs had no real justification for it whatsoever. They just kept saying, well, you know, over time, our views change and our scope changes and things change. And we saw things changing on the fly. And as they changed, then we changed the idea of what we were going to work on change. But they literally didn't justify any of the stuff that they had said over the years that they were...
Well, if only they fucking used your classic fucking excuse for not fucking doing what you fucking promised there. If only they fucking used the planets aligned excuse. That is the ultimate be-all and end-all of excuses to fucking justify not doing what you are fucking paid to fucking do.
Promising this mode, this is why they need to make Overwatch 2 and all of that. It's just a huge fail. And I hate to say it, it just seems like this game, that again, was a Game of the Year contender and actually won the Game Awards 2016, that this game is now dead. Sorry, it just is. You got a remnant of the people who used to play it still playing it. There's no hope for new content because they basically said, we're not doing it anymore. We're just going to continue to update the game like we always did as an online-only game. And it's sad. It's sad to see how the mighty have fallen. This game, at one point, was absolutely amazing. It was mainstream prominent. I mean, hell, I'm not kidding. We have a sunshade in our car that's Overwatch. That's how big. We just went to a random store, and they had an Overwatch sunshade, and we bought it for our car. Today, I dare you to go into any store in the mall and say, hey, how about that Overwatch? And we say, what the fuck is Overwatch? Nobody knows or cares. Sad. Anyway, guys, that is it for the show. I hope that you guys enjoyed the Level 1 podcast. Let's wrap it up for today. Thank you all for watching. Great jam-packed show today. I hope you enjoyed all the topics. New stuff, bubble guns, shooting wildly akimbo. And I'm very excited for a fun, positive week coming up. I hope that you guys will join me for all of it. Thank you all for keeping the drama off the streams where it belongs. And I'm ready to jump into Star Wars. So, once again, I hope that you all are having a happy spring and staying allergy-free. And I hope to see you soon for more fun podcasting content tomorrow. Everyone have a good day. Peace out and see you later. All right, the ending sucked, but I need to get...
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Infidel Castro for the super chat. It says, Jinx can't tip. Continues to tip. Probably spending money they shouldn't now for attention. Sad, lol. There's a few theories. Also, the popular theory is that Jinx is OIC. And for people that have paid close attention to the times before where OIC wailed for Phil, there's some correlations there. You know, OIC loves attention, right? They fucking crave attention. They're big on it. It doesn't matter who it's from, that attention is. They just fucking love attention. Usually, they love to be on Kiwi Farms to get said attention. But lately, Kiwi Farms has been down. So, because it's been down, what does OIC do? It comes back with a sock account and wails out in Phil to try and get his attention again. So, as long as the farms are down, you know, it could very well be, you know, that's the kind of theory that a lot of people are spinning anyway, you know what I mean? That's the kind of theory that's going right there. Also, Jinx did not say they're going to stop tipping. They said they're going to scale it back. And it seems like that's exactly what's happened here. He's not tipped 150, he tipped 100. And I said that as well. Phil needs a streak to not continue in order to fucking keep getting this guy. The streak will get more attention. Jinx and the streak will be more popular than he is. And they'll fucking get to him. So he needs a streak to fucking fail soon. But still get that big support regardless, you know. Maybe not 150 per stream. But still 100 plus anyway. Regularly.
Tomorrow. Everyone have a good day. Peace out and see you later. Alright, that ending sucked, but I need to get better at it. I'm going to try to do a spoken word ending to the show every day now. But I need to do better. I need to think of things to say. Because right now I'm just kind of winging it and it sucks. That ending was terrible. Wasn't it? I need to improve my game. I think I got the cold open is working well, but now I need to get a good close. The cold open is good, the close sucks. Right? I guess what they say is it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So I need to improve my finishing game, because that was pathetic. Okay, so guys, here's the deal. I need to use the bathroom before we start with Jedi Survivor. It's going to be a few minutes, alright? So if you could bear with me, I am going to take a short commercial break to use the restroom. When I come back, we'll have 2 solid hours without interruption. Alright? Thank you all for watching. I'll be back in a few. Jedi Survivor. Thanks. See you in a little bit.
He's actually monetizing them. Well, let's fast forward. Is he back yet? Is he back yet? Is he back? Is he back? Yep, he's back. Okay, here we go. Come on. Nope. Wait for it. Wait for it. Nope. 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 Yep, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. God, this fucking music's awful.
Alrighty, everybody, I am back. Thank you for being patient. I feel much lighter now for some reason. I don't know why that would be. Someone said I was dropping loaves. I mean, is that really how you want to put it? I suppose so. You could call it that. So Bloomkid did a super chat. He says, see you all on the dark side, folks, at the end of your podcast. Oh, God. I don't think I want to say that. No. I think I'm going to abstain from Star Wars references. Even though we're playing a Star Wars game right now, I'm nervous if I start making Star Wars references, it'll stick and I'll never be able to shake the whole dark side thing. You know what I'm saying?
Your name is Dark Side Phil, you fucking dork.
Okay. Alright. So, we're going to get set up. We're going to get started in a second. People are saying we need the bubble gun. Did we? We had 127 likes. Alright. You asked for it, you get it. Here it comes. Our first ever...
Hey, that's 2 free spaces. We only need one of these things. We only need Phil to say shocked, engagement, or that being said.
Official celebratory bubblegum blow. Yeah! Thank you all for the likes. Thank you for the engagement on the streams.
That's it. Phil said engagement. That's a full house. We have 2 free spaces. Well, fuck me. We have a fucking bingo. We have a full house. We had a free space for our bubbles. We have a free space for his bubbles. We have a fucking full house, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. We all fucking made it. We have a full house. Now, give me a wee second here. Oh yeah, of course, the air horn. There we fucking go. Fucking hooray for that. The air horns are going off and people are celebrating in the fucking streets and they're fucking geeing at Lil Day up and down the fucking length of the country, around the world. The air horns are going off around the fucking world. We have a full house bingo. Now, bear with me here, because I need to pull up my list of potential winners. Okay? And fucking Jesus Christ, there it is. Okay, for a second there it wasn't loading the spreadsheet. I'm just give me a second here. Give me a second here. So, just give me a wee second here, and I'll have the thing ready to go. Some of these names get fucking really ruined because of the symbols, not shit. I think, there we go, hold on. Right. I think we are good to go. Okay. Righto. Sorry about that, guys. Now, we're doing this a new way. We're doing this a new fucking way. If your name's not here, it's not my fucking fault. I'm not going to ask you to fucking include your name. You had every fucking chance to add your fucking name. I've been asking you for like fucking a couple of weeks. If you want your name added to your list of potential winners, you got to let me know in that community post. There's over 146 entries on here. I want to point out as well, I have included Jasper's Angels twice, because I felt like them having a 1 in 145 chance of winning was a bit harsh. So I felt it was a bit fairer for Jasper's Angels to at least have a double chance of winning. So, you get what I'm saying? So,
Money, yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much to D-Dog for the super chat. Says, let's make it a $50 bingo. I mean, it's all very well you saying that, but that's like, you said me like 18 quid. But okay, fair, hold on. I mean, fine. For today only, $50. Okay? Thanks to D-Dog. This is a $50 bingo, thanks to D-Dog. So there we go. So, I know this is not an order. Well, it is an order technically, but I'm going to shuffle it, okay? I'm going to shuffle it now, So everything's getting shuffled around. Doom Train's asking, how do I add my name? Well, you missed the chance for this time around. But there is a community post in the description of the stream that I've had up since the start of the month. If you want to be included to be a potential winner, you have to include your name in that community post. Now, of course, if you add your name now, you'll be included for the next one. No one checks the community posts. 145 of you guys did. 144, sorry. 144 of you guys were good enough to add your names to the community post. There's 146 entries here. 144. All you guys. Then Jasper's Angels are there twice. I'll try to tell you guys every single stream. So, I'll just shuffle some more, and then I'm going to spin. And just cause D-Dog asked and they're so kind.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, D-Dog, for the super chat. It says, I forgot that Aussie dollar has dropped. But thank you very much, D-Dog, I do appreciate it. Okay. We're doing $50. This is a $50 giveaway, thanks to D-Dog. So D-Dog's been very generous and very kind, I do appreciate it. So it's a $50 giveaway. So I'm going to spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1, spin. Let's see who's going to win. Today is DSP Bingo. Ooh, Ulf, the Arborist. It was very close to landing on Brad Bunny, but it's landed on Ulf, the Arborist. Is Ulf in the stream right now? I don't know if they're here right now, but they're certainly one of the names that went in, that had a comment on my recently made community post. I don't know if they're here right now, sadly, but I will be trying my best to reach out to them and try and organise them getting a prize. So yeah, congratulations, Ulf the Arborist. You are the winner of 50 buckaroos, and yet it's very close to Brad Burning. Politically saying I'm here. Politically, you're not Ulf. Politically's trying to pretend they're Ulf the Arborist. That's very mean. Ulf is with me, in spirit. He's with us all in spirit, but nah. We'll try and reach out to Ulf and get him his prize. But, it is what it is. I mean, but I'm confident I'll be able to fucking reach out and reach him, basically put it that way, because he has recently kind of, posted on that community post, okay? They don't need to be here right fucking now to claim the prize, okay? I'm going to give them some time. They are regulars in the stream anyway. They're not always here for the whole entire thing. But we'll need to keep an eye out for them. Next time we see them, we'll have to let them know they fucking won. So, congratulations to Ulf for winning what is today only a $50 bingo prize. But guys, I'm going to wrap things up there. Thank you very much for joining me for the bingo. 2 seconds, sorry. Sorry, I had to mute the microphone, I had to fucking just off, sorry. Thank you very, very much for being here. I hope you all had a good time, hope you all had fun. And we got to fucking witness the full house, fantastic stuff. But I'll be back tomorrow hopefully for some more bingo content. Until then guys, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And yeah, I'll catch up with you later on. Until then, have a good one, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
Alright, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Alright, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money. yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory.
Money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant.